Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this final of the Gibraltar Open 2020. Two very strong players in the final, one from Denmark and one from Norway. We have Dagfinn Snarheim, who just won an amazing semi-final against Ralph Jonas, the super pro from Germany. And he managed, that is, Dagfinn managed to stage a comeback and won it by a hair's breadth. The second semi-final was won by Munk-Christensen from Denmark, who beat Michel Lamote from Germany. So two giants of the game, two very strong players, grandmaster level. And I'm joined here in the commentary box by two expert players, grandmasters in their own right. Elias Kritikos from Norway. Welcome, Elias.
Hello, thank you.
And Jürgen Orlowski from Germany.
Yeah,
thank you guys for joining me. We are looking forward to an exciting match. And there's the first roll. So that's the screen where what people see at home.
3-4.
So 2 down would have been an option, but Dagfinn goes for the more traditional opening. He gets hit.
Okay. But I wouldn't say it's so more traditional. I think super traditional is 4 in the rear, in the back, and 3 from the midpoint. Super traditional.
Ah, really?
Yes.
Splitting to the 20 points.
Yes, super. I think in the 70s and 80s they played like that.
Okay. So this looks like early advantage to Dagfinn. Elias?
Yes, Dagfinn has a 6-5 to play. He has a lead in the race, so he should just make the point.
I agree.
I like the slot that Christian had before with a 1.
Yes. A 3-2, 2 choices. Either you make the 5 point or the defensive 4 point.
This looks correct.
According to XG, it's the right choice, you say? Okay.
I see, yeah.
Good.
6-2 looks a bit awkward. You can run. Would you consider running from the anchor?
Yeah, I think he has to consider it. The question is the 2, I think. He could actually stay on the 15 point and play the 2 from the 13.
Yeah. I see.
I think the 6 is clear to me.
It's
duplicating 3s.
Yeah.
But why not running all the way
when
you're ahead in the race?
You don't want to lose in the race, so I agree, I like the play.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Dagfinn has a little high pulse at the moment.
Yes.
I'm guessing it's going down. Maybe it's from the match before.
Oh yeah, Dagfinn is leading in the pulse rate.
Yeah. He's taking an early advantage in the pulse rate. Okay, so now Dagfinn is on the verge of achieving full freedom.
Yeah, 26.
But not with this roll.
It's a kind of inflexible position with the stack on the midpoint and the 6 point. So
Yeah. Okay, this is a hit, and it covers also.
Nice joker from Christian.
Beautiful roll by Christian.
So Dagfinn needs a response now.
Yes. A fly shot from the bar.
Yes.
Required.
Okay,
That's not it.
See, he's still 11 pips behind. I guess. Is it 11? No.
They are
You
discussing
can see
something.
there, 32 pips.
38, you see,
Okay,
you see.
Okay.
5.
5 pips.
Not enough to turn.
Really?
I would double this because
You would double this,
it's not only the race, it's all the threats
Yes,
and
certainly.
Yeah.
Certainly. Yeah,
and the fact that Dagfinn hasn't really developed his position much.
Yeah.
There's the cue.
Makes sense to me. But on the other hand, it should be easy take. I think.
Easy take.
Yeah.
3 points to enter.
Yeah.
Notwithstanding the fact that the position is very inflexible, 5 checkers on the mid.
Is this
Yeah.
no double? It
What's
can't
going
be
on
such a
here?
big no double. There's something wrong.
Something is wrong.
There's
Something is wrong with the colors.
There's something wrong.
Yeah.
It can't be such a big no double.
No. The confusing thing is that in XG, the white checkers are in fact the red checkers, right?
The problem here is that it looks like Dagfinn doubled, but he rolled 6-4 from the bar, so he did not enter.
Ah, yeah, they are already confused. Okay, that gives us some time to talk about something
I
else.
think they will go through the whole game from the start.
Okay. Are you surprised by Dagfinn's great run in this tournament, Elias?
Nothing surprises me with Dagfinn. I mean, he's an excellent player, and he has a lot of strengths. And actually, I can't think of something that he's not good at.
Mm-hmm.
He's always calm, and he's both a very analytical player and a very good intuitive player.
Okay.
And he always stays calm and gets maximum out of every position. So it's no coincidence that he's in the final today.
I agree. Yeah, I remember saying in the previous match, Dagfinn was 10 points down. And I said, well, he may lose here without much chance of winning, but I still felt that he was in the moment, in the zone, and very focused. So he gave a very strong impression to me. So we have to wait a bit here. There is a little transcription glitch.
Okay. And is it because they chose
Now it's
the wrong
correct. I
colors?
think. Now it's correct.
They need to change the
No.
colors. Is it like that?
Yeah, and I think they did. I think they did. Now white is white and red is black.
Oh, okay.
On
So
the transcription, yeah.
It was
It looks
The
like
other way.
it was a take, and Dagfinn passed.
I see.
So that's why he went from 0 to 2.
Okay. And do we know if it was correct to double and to pass? We don't know yet. Yeah?
Well, it says
Take was
32
correct.
Take would have been correct. 32 millipoints he gave up, it looks like. Mhm.
So it was a small or a slight error not to take, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, that
Okay,
looks
I
like
see.
it. Yeah.
But acceptable, I guess. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's interesting with Dagfinn beating Ralf Jonas twice in this tournament.
I see.
And
Oh, that's a good point, Michel. That's an excellent point. Let me turn off.
Sorry about that.
That's fine. This happens. Shit happens.
4-3, 2 down,
Mhm.
correct play.
Okay.
Ooh.
4-2. How do you play the 4-2? I think you. Who's white is having the 4.
White is having the 4-2. He can hit.
Could hit, but then you have 5 blots, I guess.
Maybe improving to the 20-point anchor? Or is that not advisable?
Wow!
Wow.
That's a tough play.
That's
Yeah.
really tough. What
But
was,
it's
what
very
was the
early
right
in the
play?
game, so everything
What
can
was
happen.
We don't know.
It was making the golden point was correct.
Ah, yes.
Just to make the defensive angle.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
So this already has the complexion of a complex game. Dagfinn pausing. That's a hit from the 20 point,
Yes, it
maybe?
is. But also from the 10 to the 4 is also a hit. But this looks
Best.
better to me. Yeah.
Okay.
Double 4 can't be so bad, and it also hits on the 16.
Ah, yes.
But then he has a last 4 to play, which is not so easy.
Which is a bit
Mhm.
awkward. I guess you just pop out one
Yeah.
checker from the 22 to the 18.
Okay, full mobility in the
Yeah.
back.
Yes, actually no other 4 available than
I
this.
think he has to hit to
Yes.
so that Dagfinn doesn't make a point.
Yes,
Missing a board.
I agree. So Christian Munk-Christensen, of course, spends a lot of time in the company of Lars Trabolt and Daniel Sørensen. So there's a lot of cross-fertilization between the 3 of them.
No, this is. I don't like this play, to be honest.
It's too defensive.
Yes.
It looks like your suggestion, Jürgen, is XG's top choice.
Yeah, but the second is not so far off.
Okay.
Second best. Second best is here slotting 8 to 4 instead of 22 to 18.
Okay.
But I think the combination of these 2 defensive anchors is usually not advisable. But certainly we are not so far.
Okay.
So Dagfinn can clear his 16 point. He can make his 3. Oh, find the last 5 here.
I think you
It's a
could-
no-no to hit on the ace and break.
No.
That's a no-no.
I mean, I would rather use these checkers on the 6 point to make my 5 point. I think I'd play both from the 16. I'd play both from the 16, I think.
I don't like making the 3. I mean,
Yes.
that's not the point you want to make
Yes, that's
behind the
right.
anchors. So
Yeah.
I think 2 down, yeah, I would
both
play
from
that.
the 16.
Yeah. Seems correct.
Is it like that? Yes, it is.
Wow, good play.
Mm.
And a miss.
Okay. Now you want to make the 5 points, certainly.
Yeah.
And
That's a
it
nice roll.
Wow,
happens.
that's a beautiful roll.
This is a wonderful roll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess maybe now we can see why these 2 double anchors are not really the 2 anchors you want to have.
Yes.
Now he would have liked to had stayed behind with the 2
Definitely.
checkers on the 18 point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's kind of a holding game with 2 points,
Mm-hmm.
and Dagfinn is considering the race to see if he has a double.
Yes. White, of course, has a strong offensive position.
It's
It looks
very close to a double.
Yes, apparently.
But I think that shows that Dagfinn is a strong player if he's thinking about doubling here. I guess there are some or quite many players who would never think of doubling this, but he exactly knows that these 2 anchors are not really so perfect.
Okay.
Now it's probably closer to a double because he's threatening to clear the midpoint.
Yes.
So I'm
And-
guessing if it was marginal before, it probably is a double now.
I agree. There is also some increased volatility because of the shot hitting opportunities, pointing numbers on the ace, and aces which clear the midpoint and hit in the meantime.
Mm.
Yeah.
But, mm-hmm.
The question when you double is there need to be some market losing sequences, certainly. And what could be some market losing sequences here? I guess, for example, if you roll 4-3,
Yeah, that's a good roll.
yeah, that's a very nice roll. 4-3 and nothing, and yeah, this could be already a market losing roll, no matter what white is rolling.
Okay.
It looks like most doubles are good for Dagfinn.
Mm-hmm.
Double 6 is not so good.
Okay, there's the cube.
It's a marginal no double, but it's
Okay.
I think
Confident
it's a,
take by Christian.
I like the double.
Yes.
Okay. There is the hit, but it exposes Dagfinn to 8 return shots.
I don't think he really wanted to hit,
Yeah.
but he
They
had
hit
no
his-
option.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree.
And now
You
that's
see the hit
another
is wrong.
downside. White's going to establish a second anchor.
Yes.
That was the downside. He would have preferred to roll something like 4-3 or 5-4 or 5-3.
I think with the 2-1 you could have also cleared the 10 point,
Ah, yes.
maybe, because I don't think you want to have a third anchor. You don't want to give White a third anchor.
Yeah, not send a fourth checker
Mhm.
back.
Mm-hmm.
And it appears that you are right, Jürgen. 2-1 is flagged by XG as a small error. Okay, now he clears the 10 point, which is a great improvement.
Well, this is far from over.
Yeah, with some bad sixes, 6-5 works fine.
6-5 was excellent.
Mm-hmm.
And the combination 1 and 4 is usually also not so perfect, but it's not a typical back game. Typical back game is when you already bear off the checkers. I think here that's a kind of mixture between holding and back game to me.
Okay. That's actually a good roll probably for Christian, preserving timing.
So what is bad now for Dagfinn is 2-6 is bad, 6-5 is bad, double 1 is good.
This
Mhm.
must be a good number, but
You don't want to make the bar here, right?
Ah, that's
a good
interesting.
point. That's a very good point, Michel.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, you don't want
Yeah.
to make points in the outfield, actually.
Okay, yes.
Those two, I think, are clear, and the last two,
What options do we have? Maybe 8 to 6?
6-5-2, or
That's
this
an
one.
option,
8
yeah.
to 6, yeah.
It looks a little stiff, this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was the right play, wasn't it?
No, two
it's
checkers
small.
from 6 to 5 was better. So you stack them all on the 8 and you stack them on the 5.
Very good.
Hmm.
The 4 is 4.
Ah, yes. So there's a counterplay possibilities
Yes.
for
and
Christian.
the deuce you're going to play here. Okay, so aces are very strong for white now.
Mm-hmm. Not this time.
So even with a miss, Christian will stay in the game for a long time because he has the ace point.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
He can run from the 4 point and then there will be a gap there which is unlikely to be filled. That looks like a great roll.
3s
Wow.
was fantastic. So the last 3, where is the last 3? This looks right to me, even though 6s is now not so nice for Dagfinn.
In the meantime, Christian has run out of timing. But
Oh.
this small roll gave him some breathing space. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's tricky.
yeah.
It looks like 6 to 3 smooths the position a bit.
Yeah. But there can't be such a big difference.
I would take it out, I think.
I think when...
Take one out.
Yeah, take one out.
Okay,
And it looks correct.
correct.
Yeah.
I think with taking one more off, you have a little more gammons,
Sure.
but also a little more losses, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we have transposed into an ace point anchor game.
Double 2 was a great roll.
Oh yes, filling in the gap and
Yeah.
clearing the 6.
Maybe the best he had.
Yes.
So Dagfinn just needs to get lucky here. And he may well win a gammon. What percentage of gammons? 35 or a lot more?
I would say more.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
2-1.
Ooh,
Usually you clear a point with a 2-1.
yes. Ooh, that's
I think that can be right.
aggressive.
Can be right, yeah.
Yeah, it's even blunderish.
Yeah.
Clearing the 5 looked like definitely the DMP play. And since the gammon looks likely, there was no need to take this risk here.
Yeah.
And there is the shot now. So big roll coming up for Hans Christian. He misses.
Wow, misses.
He will probably get more shots in this position.
Yeah, I think there's a saying that says a point cleared is not to be feared.
That's right.
So the more points you clear, the less you have to fear.
Second shot. This is again.
Okay, I think there even some triple.
Ah, yes.
Interesting 2 choices
Mm-hmm.
that we see going for the triple.
Yeah,
Ah,
I think-
yes.
I
Is that
think that's-
correct
yeah, I
in
think
your
that's
opinion
correct.
also?
That's the correct move.
Yeah, I would have misplayed this one.
6-5.
So deuces are the only bad number,
Okay.
except from double deuce. Yeah, now Christian needs to go out, right?
For
yeah.
sure, for
Yeah.
sure. And even there he can save the gammon with
Ye-
6s next
Mhm.
roll.
Mm-hmm.
But it should be, it has to be 6s. 5s is not enough.
Okay.
Okay.
So 4-1 to Dagfinn.
Yeah, that's a completely
4-1.
different start than in the semi-final, where nothing went his way in the opening phase of the match. So that's encouraging for our Norwegian Grandmaster. But nothing to worry about, Jürgen. So early in the match, you wouldn't feel disturbed
No.
or shaken.
No. To me it shows Dagfinn is really, he wants to see action, yeah. He wants to make points. As we just saw that he really wants to bear off and not too defensive, quite offensive play. But I like it. I like his attitude very much.
Sure. So Dagfinn won the Nordic a couple of years ago, 3-4 years ago.
It was at least 4 years ago, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he won the super jackpot just only a couple of weeks ago.
He did, so
Mm,
he's
Forslezo.
in a very good run.
Yeah. And he's here in the company of his girlfriend. Do you think that's a bonus?
Well, it works. So
It seems to work for him. Yes,
yeah, I mean, I think it's a strength to have support,
yes, yes.
and he has that not only from his girlfriend but from the other Norwegians as well.
Exactly.
So
You are a very
we're like
coherent team.
yeah, like a team. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful goal for Christian.
Yes. Prime versus prime.
With a 5-2 you could duplicate aces, but not sure if this is the right play. Maybe this is good. I think I like this play better. I think duplicating aces is sometimes only a fun play.
Yeah, I think you need to be in a more desperate position
Yes,
in
yes,
order to
yes,
slot in
yes.
prime versus prime.
But let's see. We cannot see how bad my suggestion is to duplicate the aces.
That was actually a double here already.
Oh, he missed.
Oh.
He's
Yeah,
down. He's down in the
yes.
match, so you can double a bit earlier.
Yeah, the higher ranker and the stronger board, probably.
3, so he can make.
Nice. It
he
looks
can-
nice at first sight, but
Yeah.
it's maybe not good for his timing.
Yeah, but this is a beautiful point. This
Sure.
is it's not the point. You cannot make you can make the 4 point, but you have to leave the ball. Yeah, I think this is not a good roll. Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
This is not a good roll at all. It's 12 pips.
Okay, I would make the 4,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not a big deal.
Yeah, because, okay, there's the cube now.
Dagfinn wanted to preserve his
It's even a pass.
prime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's even a
Interesting position.
pass. Okay, what do you think? Is he passing?
Oh, I
Elias?
I think that he maybe take this one.
If it's so
He-
close.
Actually, Dagfinn likes those positions. And he's also very good at playing them. So yeah,
He does take. Okay,
Very
not a big
good.
mistake.
you know we say in Norway that prime versus prime is always a take.
Yes. These are very difficult to judge.
Absolutely.
You have to take many things into account, the strength of the board, the strength of the prime, killed checkers,
So now I guess he should split.
not to the 20 point.
It was
He couldn't. It was 5-1.
Michel,
Ah,
it was 5-1.
ah,
It was not 4-1.
Okay.
So now Dagfinn is in trouble.
Yeah, he needs a small roll.
Oh, yeah, he's
Mhm.
happy about
Wow,
this.
That's
ace is
nice.
great. And now he does the pure slotting play.
He's looking at it.
He's
Michel.
looking
just
at
He will not do
looking
it.
at it.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
Two back is enough, he thought.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a nice roll.
This
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
beautiful roll.
Improving the escaping chances.
I think you should play safe. You don't want to have a third checker behind.
Mm-hmm.
So now Dagfinn just wants to save the gammon, it seems.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me see.
It's like the most he can hope for.
2-1. 2-1 was a good roll. 4-1. Yes, this looks.
Yes. Preserving a little mini prime, 9 numbers. Don't jump out. That's one of them. Yes.
Wow!
Mm-hmm.
Dagfinn's 3-point prime is stronger than it seems.
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, there's. Wow! How do you play this? How do you play this?
Is it a brave play?
I guess maybe you're going for the whole enchilada.
The whole enchilada. Yeah. What does that mean? That means running all the way, or
No, this
Or-
is it.
or
This is
hit
the
and-
big- this
yeah,
is the
jump
big
and
thing.
hit.
Yeah, this is
I would
the
think about
play.
this for at
Look
least
at
2
it.
minutes.
It's
Okay.
by far.
And like you say, Michel, I would
It
probably
is.
do the wrong thing.
Yeah.
no, you would probably do the right thing.
But you see, there's
Yeah.
a big difference between
Yes.
second and best play.
Wow.
I mean, if you go all the way, you lose a lot of gammons anyway.
Mhm,
So why not hit?
I
Yeah.
see.
If you don't hit, White has so many good rolls.
Okay,
Okay.
but this
There
sequence
is still hope.
Oh yeah.
He needs a 2,
Mm-hmm.
and then he actually can win some gammons himself as well.
I think double 4 was the best roll of the whole game so far.
Look at this.
One, that's good. And you lift the blot.
Yeah, this time you play
Yes.
more cautious
Mm-hmm.
because you have the worst board. Your board is not that good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a hit.
It's a hit in the board.
Wow!
Yes.
Wow!
Yeah.
Oh,
So
desperately looking for a 2. And it's
Oh, 2-6.
coming! Wow!
Wow.
Okay, now he needs to enter.
or he will be.
Oh, no enter. Do you
Wow.
play on?
What is this?
Do you double?
It's fascinating,
Wow.
to say the least.
Let's see. Do we have double take? Maybe too good.
yeah.
Okay, close to good. Very close to good.
I mean, 6s and 5s are not too good.
Yeah.
That's
But-
good, Elias. Yes.
But all small numbers play good, most of them at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So this is a brutal sequence of events for Christian. He was on the verge of winning a gammon, attacked 3 times, I think it was, on the deuce point, was hit 3 times.
Oh, let's have a look at the chat. What are the people saying about this? Pretty sure I'd have cubed. Oh, we haven't looked at the chat so far.
No. So what do you take into consideration, Elias, if you are considering whether you are too good or not? The bad
Well,
numbers?
I would count my good numbers to see how many points.
Mm-hmm.
I would count the bad numbers, and I would also, of course, look at the score. I mean, when you have a lead and you have a cube, sometimes you just want to cash and not risk anything, a big comeback. So
yeah, yes.
But it's
maybe also another consideration is how likely is it that your opponent will mistakenly take?
Absolutely.
We see that Christian is considering.
Yeah. I think by doubling you make only a small error of 0.041, but you have a great chance if your opponent is taking it, that you gain a lot. Look how much you gain. You gain more than 500, is it?
That's close to 500.
Close to 500.
This would be a very bad take, but of course we know it because we have XG in front of us.
Yes.
And the score may tempt Christian to gamble a bit. Gamble maybe on those bad numbers you mentioned, like 6 or the 6s and the 5s you said.
not all. I mean, 6-3 is a good roll. 5-4 is a good roll.
Mm-hmm.
Double 5 is okay. Double 6 is okay.
Yeah.
So there aren't many.
6-2 is not
many
good.
bad rolls,
6-1.
actually.
Yeah. And in case you forget about the gammons, you're winning 1 in 4 games, then it turns out to be an easy take. Yeah? And sometimes you don't take the gammon so much into account, thinking I'm behind in the match anyway. Then it can happen that you take something like this. Yeah, but hopefully not this time.
He does find it in himself to drop this.
Very good.
But we saw the value of Dagfinn's cube here. He made technically a small mistake by cubing, but the pressure was on the opponent. And if the opponent makes a mistake, you have a huge gain.
Sometimes you can afford to make a little mistake to force your opponent to make an even bigger one.
Absolutely.
Yes. That's great match play considerations,
Yes.
Okay.
The next
Standard
game
opening.
Started.
R2-6, that's classic. A classic.
2-6 is not much better than dancing.
I would consider slotting the 5.
Yeah, you could also maybe think of hitting on the deuce to duplicate deuces.
Yes.
The bad thing with that play is that you strip your 8 point.
Yeah, but I think this requires some action, this position.
I see. It's correct, Jürgen.
Nice.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yes, well, yes.
Well, it's still open, the 4 point. And you still cannot attack the 4 point.
No.
Or hit it. 5-1 standard play for Dagfinn.
What to do here?
I think you hit. Question is where?
Really?
Yeah, I think.
You don't just come in and make your 4? No.
No, I think you
Ah,
make
okay.
this play.
Okay.
Okay, again, you enter and you hit on the 5. Maybe you're winning both the fight for both 5 points.
So, lot hitting contest in the early stage of this
contest.
game. And Dagfinn misses that blot on the 4 point again.
Okay, 4 rolls and not able to Not so sure about this play. Duplicates the force, but 13-7 is also possible play. You want to unstuck usually with so many guys back.
I see.
So Christian's PR is going down. He's at 297 now.
Okay.
But they both play good.
Yeah. Game 4 of the match. Making the 16 point, I think is really good. But there's a better play available apparently.
11 point is more useful. It's not very often that 16 point is helpful, and this is no exception, I guess.
I see. But Dagfinn makes it though. He oversaw that, a small oversight.
Oh, both like to make the 16. Wow. I think this happens only in 1 in 100 games when both have the 16 point, and one of these games we can see right now.
Yeah. So can we say that Red, not, despite the fact that he's down in the race, still has a slight advantage?
Yeah, he
or?
has made both golden points.
Yeah,
That's an
Yes.
asset.
definitely.
Timing advantage is to Red.
And he also has the lonesome checker on the 24 point, which is kind of a policeman waiting for some action.
Yes. But this
Of
was
course,
a
double
great
3 was
goal.
very good.
Yeah, solves a lot of problems.
Okay, but the question is whether to make the 10 or to leave the stupid 16 point.
Yeah. This looks stiff, right?
Yeah, it does.
But apparently
looks-
stiffness...
No, I think the 3 point is.
This is
okay.
even stiffer maybe, because now
Uh-huh.
you don't have any extra checkers to play with.
Ah, yes, you have a TMP position.
You
Too
see.
many
Yeah,
points.
too many points, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. White has 7 points made. This doesn't make you very flexible when you have 7 points made.
Yeah. But small doubles come to the rescue.
Certainly. But yeah. But rolling a double is less likely than rolling a no double roll.
That's true, yeah.
Let's see.
And again, we have a strange holding game from Dagfinn.
Yes.
2 points.
Mm-hmm.
And Christian trying to clean up.
Yeah, there's no other option because he has to leave a blot
Yes.
anyway.
No safe play.
No safe
Available.
play, exactly.
This is a miss. And let's have a look at Mr. Cube. What about Mr. Cube? There is some.
It's getting closer to a double, I think, now, because Dagfinn has not the best timing.
Yeah, it is. It is. Mr. Cube
Yeah.
is coming into play.
Good cube.
And you're also 5 back in the match. I guess if you were 5 ahead in the match, you would not double this. But as you're 5 behind, even it's a long match until 21. It makes it a double take. It makes it a double, I guess.
I agree. So a 5 point deficit already changes the cube action significantly.
Yeah, but it's not so easy to say, and not so difficult to say because it's quite a close double. Yeah, it's quite a close double.
Dagfinn would never pass this one.
No.
Yes. But also here for the beginners, maybe it's interesting that for red, you wish you had not the 16, but instead the deuce point. Yeah, with the deuce point, you have much more shotting potential than from the 16 point. But I think tournament players certainly know this. But maybe for the beginners, it's interesting that even though you have less, you'll have less chances in the race, but much more if the 16 point was on the 23.
Yeah, I see. But in combination with the 20 points, Red would lack timing. He wouldn't have the timing
Yes.
to play a 5-2 back game. Yeah, and he got rid of the 16 point, and it hasn't proved useful at all.
Yes.
So front-loaded position.
Yeah, he will probably have some trouble clearing the points and getting in.
Yes.
So unless something good happens to him, he would give a shot. Oh, double two is good.
Yeah, that's another
Maybe-
double.
Maybe even the best he had.
Yeah, that's a great roll.
Absolutely.
Improving Christian's position big time. Christian, of course, can't keep rolling fours. Fours are blocked.
Wait. 5-1. I think you pop out and play to the
Yeah.
10 point, which is now a builder for the 4 point.
There's a second consecutive four.
Okay, yeah. It's not so easy to win with fours, yeah, for white.
No.
Let's see.
Dagfinn has a winning board if he gets to hit.
That's an excellent roll.
Fantastic roll.
Yeah, contact value
Sixes.
is increased
Sixes.
if you have a good board.
Maybe slight chances in the race now. For
Yes.
Dagfinn.
Yes.
This and one more to play. Oh, he wants.
Decides to stay
Yeah.
back for contact.
It's only 12 pips now.
Only 12. Wow.
Then maybe, well, 12 is enough. He shouldn't hit. If his race lead were smaller, he probably would consider to make the deuce and hit loose on the 5.
Definitely. But let me see. Maybe you should leave. Maybe you should leave because there are many numbers that hit and cover on the deuce, and if you're not so much behind in the race, let's see. To me, it's not so clear whether
By,
to
by
stay
staying
or-
behind, he can win the race, and he can also win by getting a shot.
Yes, yes.
So I think it's correct. I would probably play the one on the 7 point
Mhm.
into the board to get a
Oh, yeah.
crossover,
I see.
because the race is so even. So he needs all crossovers
Yeah.
he can get.
Yes.
So it was
For
a small
sure.
error, but I don't know what the correct.
Did he play
move
4 to
was.
2? Or 8
He
to 2?
played 8 to 2, yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I don't wish Dagfinn that this would be crucial in the end.
No.
But let's see, it could be, Michel, that this is the point what Elias said, that if he played this right, maybe he won the game.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Because you see the checker on the deuce point is really not looking so nice.
No.
Jürgen, somebody in the chat is asking if that's your voice.
Can
you confirm that?
I guess it is. I guess it is. Yes.
Yes,
Hi,
it is.
Hi, Arif.
The one and only Jürgen
Oh,
Orlowski.
yeah, nice to see your picture, Arif. Thank you for telling my poor English accent or German accent.
Mhm. It may be a moment to tell the viewers at home that there will be a whole plethora of commentators this afternoon. Mochi will, when he's free, be joining the team, and also Mick Larsen from Denmark. So there will be a change of faces in the course of the
Okay.
afternoon.
I see.
Still not over yet. What is that?
No.
6 checkers against 5?
Wow.
Yes.
It's 4 against 5. Wow.
If Dagfinn can, what is it? He needs to avoid.
A 2.
Yeah. Wow, he's considering the cube. Whoa. No.
No.
No, he's
No.
just
Never.
just looking at it.
Yeah.
Double this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow.
What a brutal start of the match. It's like the how do you say, the mirror image of the semi-final, where Dagfinn was beaten around by Jonas big time, and now he's doing the same to his opponent. It's strange how in backgammon, in one match everything goes your way, and then suddenly it all turns upside down.
But it can actually be more difficult to play when you have a big lead.
Sure.
Yes, I agree.
Being behind by that much makes a lot of plays easier. You have to play aggressive, you have to cube earlier.
Sure.
So it's easier to play.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's for sure. It's very difficult to find an efficient cube when you're leading by a lot.
Some players tend to get very defensive when they are leading and change their style. And usually you should not change by that much the way you play.
Yeah.
Do you hit with the 2? I think you do.
Okay. I would have been tempted to step up or to be able to jump into the outfield, but that's probably not thematic.
No. Think. Yeah, it's less. It creates less gammons. So when you're ahead in the match, maybe that's the right play. But this is definitely more the more interesting play to hit. So for us spectators, we are happy about this, I would say.
Yeah.
Double 5. Maybe not so good.
No, the back 5. Yeah. So you enter and then the back checkers are blocked.
But not so many other choices, I guess.
Yeah. Probably not.
Yeah, you don't want to go behind the anchor. And if you don't want to play behind the anchor, this is the only play, I guess.
Well, Dagfinn decides to hit loose with his last spare.
Yeah, and it is apparently the right play.
Wow.
Well done. Well
very
done,
good play by Dagfinn.
Wow. Not so easy.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Yes.
Hitting behind the anchor with your last spare from the 6. Whoa.
I think it was a defensive play by Dagfinn to avoid getting hit on the 20 point.
Yes.
So a tempo hit.
Yeah, tempo hit.
5's maybe the best for Christian here. So Dagfinn is rolling 6-1. Wow. He wants to duplicate 6s maybe.
Would it be an idea to step up with the ace and make your own ace with the 6?
Definitely an idea. But yeah, I think this looks more tempting to me to duplicate 6s, and you're closer at home.
Sure.
I think I would just minimize the shots by going all the way with the 1.
Okay. Yes.
No, so Elias would not have got hit here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the duplication of 6s was an important thing to notice, Jürgen.
Yeah, I think it's worth it, the 3 more shots or 4 more shots to duplicate. But yeah, I fully understand Elias for minimizing the shots.
And this is a blitz versus prime position. Wow, this is a courageous take.
This is quite fast.
Wow,
very fast.
Very good take. That really shows that Dagfinn knows these positions in and out.
Yeah, he does. He knows what he's doing.
Beautiful cube.
Wow.
It was a very close no double, but yeah, I like close no doubles.
Yeah, he's rewarded. Four, 3.
It hits and covers on the ace. You can play without hitting, but this doesn't make much sense to me.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
Looking for an ace. Aces would be a great roll. Maybe best roll and ace-6 certainly.
You
Should he preserve the prime or maybe make the 4
or
points?
make the 4.
Oh,
I don't know these things.
I would probably keep the prime, I think.
The full prime.
Yeah,
The
Mhm.
4 prime. you mean
Closed
the 4
prime.
prime, yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
On the
I'm not
other
sure.
hand, you cannot keep this for such a long time. But
Yeah,
certainly you don't want your
it's-
opponent to leave with force.
It's correct to not make the 4 point.
Okay.
Very good. Yeah, very good.
But he doesn't want to give 6. What is that? 6-1?
6-1 is hitting.
He played an awkward last
I
3.
don't really understand the last 3
Yeah.
that he played.
Mhm. Once
Maybe-
again, sorry.
Yeah, I mean it's that lonely checker on the 10 point is a liability for him now. So
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, with the 1 there are 2 choices. This is 1 and the other one I think is 6-5. And usually you don't want to put 2 checkers on the same point.
Mhm.
2 spare checkers.
Mhm.
But this looks more reasonable to me. Yeah. 3-1 is
So
hitting.
can Dagfinn find another deuce? I mean, in the previous game, he already found 3 consecutive deuces,
of course he
and
can.
there's another one. That's
And now he has to lift. Yeah,
You
Wow.
lift, yeah. You lift, yeah.
Wow.
That's the 5-point board you lift.
amazing.
sure. I mean Christian should not give Dagfinn the 2s.
Yes. Okay.
No,
You
no,
always
no,
roll
you
them.
start to get
Yeah.
suspicious.
What do we have here? You can make the
Wow,
deuce
to
point.
make-
I
yeah,
think that should be
he
the
has
right
to.
play to make the deuce point.
I see.
He has to make the deuce.
Okay.
No, he doesn't.
Oh,
Wow.
he needs to jump out and
Going to both bar
and
points.
safety the 10-point blot.
Wow, I would misplay
That's
this
not so
one. I
easy
think.
to see.
Yeah.
That's not so easy to see. I think that's the standard but wrong play.
And the
Oh,
shift.
that's a great roll.
What
Yeah.
do we have here? Do
You
shift?
must shift.
Mhm. And the last.
Yep.
Get in because you want to have a second
It's now
checker.
5s. I'm sorry. Second checker, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you wanna have a
yeah,
second
yeah.
checker. Okay.
Dagfinn still has his prime.
Yes. The
Oh
prime.
yeah, it's
yes.
it's still there.
So 6s or aces.
Wow.
Mhm.
And the 3, I guess you move on.
I wouldn't.
You would
I would play 7 to 4.
7
Ah,
to
but-
I think 7-4 is better than 6-3 at least. Oh, I'm not sure about this.
Yeah, but you
one.
have some diversification. You have ace. You need aces to come
Yes.
up to the edge of the prime, and then you would have deuces
Yeah.
to attack.
yeah, you
Maybe.
but you
Actually didn't
possibly
like the 3.
triplicate your own aces.
Mm-hmm.
You good aces
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah, that's right.
But
5-6.
Wow.
That's great.
Yes. For Dagfinn it is.
Yeah.
3-1 for Christian. This is
Yeah.
okay. What about the race?
Hmm.
I guess you're far away from
6
from-
pips.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, it's 17 pips.
Okay. Yeah, I think even for money you cannot redouble this, and with a 7-point lead, there's no need to think about it.
No,
Mhm.
is it only 6 pips?
Yeah.
89,
Okay.
83, it's 6 pips.
According to the computer, it is.
Mm.
Yeah, especially with redoubles and a large match lead, you should
Yeah.
be really reluctant to wait.
Could be an initial double for money if I look at the numbers.
This looks great at first sight.
It is. You make the point, you gain a lot in the lead, in the race,
Yeah, and you have to volunteer the
and
four
it's only
shots.
the 4 shot. If you
Okay.
escape this one, you have a redouble.
Yeah, even at this score, this is a big
Yeah.
redouble. big redouble, and I guess you cannot afford to take this. No, you can never afford to take this. Never.
Mm-hmm.
Is it 22? It can't be 22 pips. Is it 22, the lead?
I have to go what
I think it's
I would normally
22 minus 11. Maybe the 11 pips we can see.
42,
You see,
88.
it's only 6. It's only 6. This is a different story.
51. Yeah.
It's
You're counting, Michel? You're a good counter.
I'm a good counter, yes.
Nice.
Can't we trust the pip count?
22?
22, isn't it?
Okay.
Possible.
If
Yeah.
it's
So it's
22, it's a pass.
65, 76. 76 for white. And 41, 52, 62. So 13 pips.
13, okay.
So not 22.
Or am I
Which
really
makes
wrong?
sense. Which 16, now it jumps to 11.
43
yeah,
and 14,
this makes sense to
57.
me. 11 makes sense. So
Uh-huh.
it's 22 minus the 11 we see, minus 6, 5.
Mm-hmm.
11. Okay, 11 is something different than 22, certainly. Let's
it's-
see. Oh, this makes it more difficult. I mean, 22 is easy pass, but 11,
This is difficult.
I guess this is also a double pass because you have also some hitting numbers.
Mm-hmm.
This is also a pass to me. I mean, for money, this is an easy pass. And the 7-point lead
Yes.
makes it also not different, doesn't change. If you see 15, this is 15%, you cannot take with 15%.
It's not enough. But your take point goes down dramatically for a recube at this score. So I'm sure the take point is somewhere around 18 or maybe even 17%. I
Yes.
think,
Yes.
with the recube vig. But
Yes.
the question is, how much recube vig do you have here? When will you ever get a recube in?
It could turn to a race.
Yeah.
So we have recube vig, but I mean 15% is not enough to take this. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's the point. You're right. I think if it is 17 or 18, you probably can take this. But
I mean,
not-
Dagfinn also has some hitting numbers, so it's not a not a
Yes.
clear race.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna have a look.
So 13 away, 20 away.
13 away, 20 away. Right. Okay. Yeah.
And then let's see what the take point for Dagfinn will be for a 4 cube. Yeah, so Dagfinn's take point for a 4 cube would be 40%.
You mean when it changes? Yeah.
Yeah, so
I see.
if Christian were to take this cube and then turn it to 4,
Yeah.
turn it to 8,
Yeah.
Dagfinn would have a 40%
Yeah.
take point.
And the take point at 2, the 2 take point, can you have a look at this, please? About 18, 19.
See, with the recube vig,
Just between 18.
it would be 17 and a
17.
half.
Yeah. As you assumed. Michel, wow, Michel, wow, hats off, Michel.
Thank you, sir.
Hats off.
Okay, shall we take a short break too? Yeah, players are
Why
on a
not?
break.
Yeah,
We'll take at least
yeah.
50 minutes,
Yeah.
and we may have a change in the commentary box after
Yes.
this break. Thanks for watching. See you later, guys.
See you, mate.
Stood in a world of fights. You were still so lovable in this light. Take on the winds tonight as our bursting garden shoots intertwine. The creature comforts when we're cold. The cocoon to curling cuddle folds. When the creature's covered our shoulders enveloped. We almost forget to breathe. The stones lay in flower beds. You arranged and rearranged them to fit. Creative fingers green, like the perfect mother I've ever seen. A creature comforts when we're cold, a cocoon to curling cuddle folds. And when the creatures cover up our shoulders, enveloped, we almost forget to breathe.
Now let go. Just face your life, can't you see?
Let's get some makeup.
Connect the dots and now one for me.
So we're back. The final is continuing. And soon we will also have Michel
Yeah, Michel is
talking.
back with his
He's back.
coffee. Okay, well, wonderful. Now we have Mick with us.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Welcome. How
So
do
it's
you?
been a rough start, I can see, for Christian,
Oh yeah,
but it's good it's a long match.
yes. And Christian's heart rate doesn't go higher than 80.
I noticed that. That's quite impressive. I think
Very
that would be,
impressive.
my pulse when I'm resting.
Yes, you're right. I mean, my heart rate is probably 120 just sitting here.
Yeah. So I can see the plate a really high level until now.
Oh, yes.
I didn't watch the beginning of the match. Has it been a tough match, tough decisions?
I'm not sure whether, well, of course there were some challenging checker plays, but it must especially have been tough for Christian because he had some brutal swings against him. Dagfinn coming in on a 5-point board 3, 4, 5 consecutive times. So that's
Wow.
really tough.
Yeah.
You feel a gammon win close and then it's taken away from you. So Dagfinn's definitely been the luckier player with a luck rate of over +3 for the moment.
Yeah.
But preceding matches should tell us that anything can happen and
Absolutely,
comebacks
absolutely.
exist. Sometimes they occur, sometimes they don't.
So it's being commented in the chat that Dagfinn has 82% right now,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
and he decides not to make his golden point, but
Mhm.
make his 11 with 3-1.
Sorry I laughed, but I just saw Aref's comment on the chat.
Okay. Are you towering above us?
Maybe
We should
I don't know if
sit up a
my
bit.
head is outside the picture, but I'll try to fall a bit down in the chair.
Yeah. So Dagfinn has gone for the simple plan, playing with only one blot. Will he lift his blot now or preserve flexibility and maximize builders with the
Oh, he
deuce?
could even advance to the 20 point. I think I would do the same as Dagfinn did here,
Okay.
but it's a mistake. No? Yeah. No, it seems correct. It seems correct.
Christian made a mistake apparently by running with a 6-3.
It's a little awkward, Dagfinn's position, but for him, the raise is kind of the option at the moment.
Yeah, that's his game plan. But he gets hit. He needs to enter or he will be facing a cube, I guess. But he finds a fly shot from the bar.
Return hit.
Yes. Yeah. We agree on that, I guess. You are hard to hear.
I do have my mic, but maybe it's a bit too low, adjusted with the sound. Or maybe I need to speak up.
So that's a 5-3.
Thanks, Terje.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, Dagfinn misplayed it, and I sensed that there was a cube in the air.
Yeah, it looked pretty strong to cube there with all those checkers in the zone.
Mm-hmm. Great escaping roll. Whoa. Yep.
He doesn't have the timing to stay back, so he has to make his 18 points.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's a great roll, actually.
Yeah.
It
because
is.
Now he hopes for a high number, so he gets in on one of the high points.
Mm-hmm. 3-5 is much better than 5-1, for instance, which would have forced him to come in on the 20 point.
Absolutely.
Double one looks very good.
Yes,
I mean, every point making number is good here.
yes. But everything that plays safe is
Yeah,
good
of course,
almost.
yeah.
Making the 5 point is quite big.
So this is probably a quite an easy position to play for both players.
Mm-hmm.
Dagfinn just wants to get home safely, and Christian wants to stay behind and hope for a shot.
Yes.
Yeah, and he's obviously not considering cubing, but I imagine he was just counting the race just to be sure where he was in the race, because that's kind of what it's down to now.
Yes, race is close though. It's a bit deceiving because White has 3 checkers back, but all his checkers in his own inner board. So it's not because you have 3 checkers back that you are down in the race. Wow, sixes.
Double 6. It's good for the race, but it's kind of makes the position a little more stiff.
Okay, what about this one? Should he leave the 18 anchor or should he stay?
Yeah, I like this play.
Yeah,
Me too.
we agree on that. Impressive performance up to now from Christian. He's being knocked down all over the place, but still standing.
He seems very calm.
Yes.
I just briefly talked to him at break time, and he seemed very calm still. Of course, it's probably not as fun to be behind 10-1, but I'm sure he still believes he can turn it around.
Great roll from the bar by Christian. Can Dagfinn find another deuce? Surely he can't. And is this now too good? There are gammons if you can close your board.
Yeah, if you close out, what is that like?
31%.
31%. Okay, you know that by memory.
Well, I count the pips required to bring your checkers in your home board. That's 14
Times 2.
times 2 plus 5 is my formula.
Yeah.
So I should be in the ballpark. But as long as the board isn't closed yet, the gammons go down. I think that's a good cube.
I agree.
Dagfinn should let this one go, right?
Yeah, he should. He's counting the race, I think.
Well,
But
sadly for Dagfinn, the race is close. This may tempt him into taking. No. He just gave us a bit of a scare. Yeah, I noticed yesterday I watched the match between Christian and Zdeněk Žižka, and the dynamics over the board were way more, well, I called it cocky. You know, they snap cubed and they snap took. It's like they were testing each other.
Yeah, I was watching the start of that match from my room as well because I was waiting for the super jack, and it was like watching speed gammon. It was they played so fast. I mean, it was not difficult games in the beginning, but still it was very fast. 4 cube within a few seconds, take within a few seconds.
Yes, he said refusing to be intimidated or pressured, pushed by the opponent. None of the players wanted to be pushed around.
That looks right.
Aha. Hitting on the ace to force the checker forward.
yeah, he has a lead in the race, so he doesn't really want to take that chance.
Yes. Yes. Mutual holding game with a race advantage.
Yeah.
Better not to give shots which would throw you back in the race.
Oh, you actually make the 10-point here. I'm not sure I would have done that myself. I would probably have played the one Christian is on the way to play now.
Yeah, the second option.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Was the first thing that jumped out at me. Make the 4 and slot the 3.
Well, he's behind in the race, so that's why he
Needs to block.
he needs to block. Yeah. Stopping double 5s.
Should we get a doctor? I mean, Christian's heart rate is around 70. The guy is...
Oh, that's a bit awkward roll.
Yeah, that's the way to play it. Minimizing shots.
Where's the 5?
I think you can just play from 13, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, that many aces where he actually wants to hit anyway.
Mm.
His index finger showed that he was considering playing 20 to 15, but that would be anti-thematic, being down in the race. Yeah.
He has to start
Needs-
using those extra checkers on the 6 points, so
Yeah.
the 2 is mandatory.
I think he needs to stay back because he's quite a lot behind in the race, yeah. Well, maybe. I mean, the options are, of course, not very good.
Maybe run all the way, or is that too?
I think
Frivolous.
I would play super flex and maybe
Okay.
even place 8 to 2 with a 6.
Was that a 5-1?
I guess.
So that would be what, to 5 and to 3? Oh, how could I oversee that one? I didn't even see it.
Well, it was hard to read the roll. Yeah, I think stepping up is fine. Even though you're slightly down in the race, you need to be able to jump that checker into the outfield or to safety. Ah, the 5s. Now Christian reaps the benefits
Yeah.
of blocking.
And it was a good time to leave the ace point.
Yes,
Yes.
voila, perfectly. One, two.
I like keeping a soldier on the 13 point and make the ace point, just to put a little pressure on that checker that Christian will play out now.
Yes, yep, and you are correct, Mick. Great roll. So red now has a bit of timing trouble. Is that an issue? 40 pips tied up. In an equal race.
So now Dagfinn is improving his board and just waiting for something good to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And he will not escape unless he has to.
Yeah. So,
Can you
yes.
give the 2 numbers here? With the 3-2, should you give 2 numbers? I think you need to, because otherwise it gets a bit.
Yeah.
You put the checkers in behind the anchor and you don't put them in a good place.
Mm.
So I think
Yeah.
you need to give those 2 numbers.
Mm.
And see, Steve Wood is writing that it must have been a comeback from Dagfinn in the semi-final. I heard that as well. I didn't see it though.
Yeah, you can watch the live stream again on YouTube.
Hmm.
I think it's well worth watching, especially the first game of the match between Ralph Jonas and Dagfinn was truly spectacular, with swings all over the place. Both players getting a sniff of victory and then seeing it snatched away from them. So an exciting match to watch. It looked hopeless for Dagfinn at a certain moment, but
Dagfinn actually won 15 points in a row.
oh
You won
really?
15 points?
From 16-4
Wow,
to 19.
Yeah.
amazing.
At a certain moment, he had a 4 cube in his possession and was on the verge of being gammoned for match. Saved the gammon with a double 4 or something, and then came back into the match from there.
So now he can actually run Dagfinn with if he rolls some 4s. I guess.
Yeah, 4-1.
I think I would still run actually
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because of the 2 blots on the board.
Yeah.
That's your chance to win the race.
And Elias, you will probably see that there are bad 6s here, or is that
Yes.
something you consider?
I would definitely run with the 4. I mean, it's not so dangerous to do it, even if your 1 is kind of awkward
Mm-hmm.
and you really don't want to destroy your board.
Yeah.
Wow,
Oh,
that was a big blunder, that one.
Yeah. These are difficult, of course, when to run off your anchor or not.
the problem now for Dagfinn is that next time, if he has to escape, then he has a much weaker board, and Christian has a stronger one. So double four is very good.
Really?
Um,
Yes,
yeah,
it
for the
is,
race.
it is,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. Interesting, if Dagfinn now jumps, we can have a squeeze cube.
Yeah, it's not impossible.
There we go. This is a must cube in my book.
I agree. There are a lot of wastage for Dagfinn
Yeah.
with those checkers on the ace, deuce, and three.
But yeah,
I don't think this is an easy take. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a pass. Yeah,
it's a
it's
pass.
a pass.
Wow.
I mean, Christian has only 2 crossovers, and he has some threats. And Dagfinn has 3, 4, 5 crossovers and some dead checkers on the 1 and 2 points. So
Yeah. So the
This-
pip count is misleading here.
yeah, actually it is. Yeah.
And all the, pick and pass 3, 4, 3, 1 makes a point, double 1, even like 2, 1, I guess. You might even hit there
Sure.
because
you
you're not
must.
that much up in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
race.
yeah.
So the numbers are all good for Christian.
6-3 looks like the
Yeah.
a bit of a. But even then. Yeah. I like one of these mannerisms from Dagfinn when he has an important cube decision. He takes a
Sip of
sip
water.
of his water. Yeah.
He seems very, thorough in
Oh,
his
yes.
way of attacking a match. I mean, always very considerate about, all options.
Yes,
So,
yes.
and the same with Christian. So
Yeah,
I think it's a good matchup.
for sure. And 2 exponents, of course, of the game from the strongest countries in Europe: right? Denmark, Norway, together with Germany, I would say, and the UK, rank among the strongest backgammon nations in Europe. Dagfinn finds a hit from the bar, throwing Christian back. Wow,
Nice shot.
nice. So Dagfinn on the back foot in this game. This leaves shots.
Probably has to hit.
Oh,
Or
really?
Just make the 2.
Make the 2 looks like good to me also.
He should
Very
hit from the
close one.
14, but it's very close.
Yeah.
It's very close.
I find those games tough where you make the 2 point. They're tough to play, I think, often for the one making the 2 point.
Okay.
It's very committing.
Yeah,
It almost excludes priming
yeah,
when you make your 2 point.
yeah.
Yeah, we all know that in the old days, making the 2 points with the opening roll was considered bad or not done, and now it has become a very valid choice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very good roll from Dagfinn.
Yes.
The best, some would say.
Brr. Yep. Okay, I would have considered 13-11,
That was quick played.
It was quick.
Oh,
but yeah.
he knew.
I know when we played doubles, Christian and I, he was very good at doing a running pit count. And I think he may be doing that as well when he plays the individual matches. I notice sometimes when he plays his checkers, when he has double rolls, he doesn't play them fast, but it's like he takes one at a time.
Correct.
And I think that's because he's doing the running pit count.
I see.
So,
He wants to use his full seconds. Yeah, I know my fellow countryman Johan Huik also does a running pip count, and
Yeah.
sometimes player gets confused because he has a no-brainer roll, which he can only play in one way, but he plays it and then doesn't push the clock. People say, why don't you push your clock? Well, he's doing his running pip count, he's,
Yeah.
you know. It needs some practice.
it certainly does.
Yeah, and it takes a lot of energy, but if you practice, it can come to you naturally.
So make the 7.
Yeah.
Now he wants to get that big stack on the 6 point activated.
Yeah,
Make some points.
but he will need perfectas to do so, I think,
Yeah.
with Red's strong board. I think I would step up in the back into the stacks and lift my blot from the 11.
That's definitely an option. I'm not sure what to play, to
I
be
would
honest.
stay behind, I think.
I think I would play to 6
I
and
don't want to
to-
provoke an attack.
Aha.
Yeah, I think I would play 6 and 10.
6.
Yeah, I agree. I would do the same.
But I'm not confident, to be honest. I think
Ah, yes.
it's a little tricky move, but you're right.
You should.
Close.
You're right, but it's very close plays.
Okay.
8-5 is actually second best, slotting the
Wow.
5 point.
6-5 is great.
Wow. Now maybe. Now of course he's more dependent on his shot equity being down in the race, so that's more an indication to stay back.
Yeah.
So Dagfinn's race equity is now severely compromised by Christian's 6-5 escaping roll. He stays back.
Is it too early to, what is he up in pips? Is he up 12 only? Okay, so it's not that much.
Christian needs some kind of improvement before he can, this kind of improvement.
Does that count as an improvement?
So unless Dagfinn rolls something really good,
Yeah.
this must be a double next time.
Yeah. Maybe even an excellent roll like 3-6 cannot save him here.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
3-6 you would have a take, right? With then you would be down 10.
Ah, yes.
I mean, it's a race take here, but I don't think the contact is in Dagfinn's favor. So I would also pass this one.
I mean, sometimes you can take these positions if you have a race lead, or maybe if the race is really close, but here it's 11 pips, and Christian also has a lot of threats, making points and attacking, so all those factors make this a drop.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't even. There are not that many really bad numbers for him.
No, his high numbers point on the ace, and his small numbers make a point in board.
6-3 is maybe not so fantastic,
No, but would
You can still play it.
but it can still be
So,
played.
yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. 6-4 points. Yeah. It was interesting to see that Christian deliberated a bit before he doubled.
Yeah.
Is that a kind of a ploy to show to your opponent that you are not sure about the cube to tempt him into taking, maybe?
It could be.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of players, I think, that uses that that technique. I do it myself sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's not for sure that that's the truth in this case, but I think Christian just wanted to be sure what the race was, maybe,
Yeah.
and then just go through the numbers to see if he had any bad numbers.
Yeah. Time management-wise, we cannot fault any player for wasting time here. 14 games played. Well, maybe Dagfinn is a little lowish on time.
So he's just below half of his time is used.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good.
No problem.
Okay.
Is he normally like a slow player? I mean, does he use all his time?
No,
No.
Dagfinn rarely has problems with time.
Yeah.
So he uses time wisely,
Yeah.
I would say.
So cube, yes.
Yeah.
So Christian, he escaped with a double six.
That's interesting. 4-point holding game, bar point open, and 17 pips.
Yeah, so it's almost a race take.
Aha.
It's like maybe too short of a race take, and just clearing the 10 point for Christian it's not an easy task always. So that's why it's a clear take.
Okay.
On an even score, this would probably be a no double.
Yeah, I agree.
Wow.
It's an easy
And
take.
it's not
Okay.
volatile at all. I mean, it's just about bringing your checkers in, and Dagfinn will just stay on the 4 point for a long time and hope to get a shot or race it home, if that could be the case.
Does this clearing the midpoint take precedence over making the bar? This looks better to me. You should have no problems.
I'm not sure.
No, I
it's-
didn't like this.
You don't like
No, I
this?
don't like this play.
Yeah, me neither.
It solves one problem, but kind of maybe creates another one.
But
Oh.
this solves.
He got another
Okay.
double three, so.
Yeah,
But it looks correct. He played
yeah, it looks correct.
That's good.
It created a lot of spares,
Hmm?
so robustness in the position. Okay, so Christian, of course, now hoping to bring this game home and reduce his deficit to 2 points. To 4, excuse me.
Yeah.
Christian playing comfortably below 2.5 for the moment. Impressive in the final.
Absolutely. It's not always easy.
No.
Not that I've tried it many times, but it's it's a lot of pressure, and I think it's Christian's first big final.
I see.
So for him, it's a great achievement, and but he seems to enjoy it, so it's good.
Is he like a zealous student? Do you have an idea of how many hours a week or a day he spends?
I honestly don't think he is studying the game that much. I mean, he is a very strong player. I think he has used a significant amount of time, maybe the past year, because he qualified for the Danish national
yes.
Danish national team for the World Championships, and that was one of his goals, I think. So I think he spent quite a lot of time the previous year, but he has always been a strong player. Maybe not that known for going to international tournaments, but the last couple of years he's been playing more, I would say, internationally.
Yeah, sometimes you need a bit of a break. You need some good result to get some confidence and some recognition.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think he definitely will be happy with the exposure he gets today. This will put him on the global backgammon stage. Wow, this is a brutal roll for Christian to stomach. Gee. Wow.
No, Dagfinn is favorite probably.
Yeah, he
Even
just
if
picked that pot.
Christian has 4 off.
Wow, this is a difficult thing to.
It's very unusual to have that many checkers on the 5 point.
Yeah. Okay, that makes it easy. Well, it makes it complicated. We know that there are 8 checkers on the 5, so that's 40, 55 versus 54. But we know, of course, once again, this is a recube. The trailer's take point is below 20 for sure. So you have to be careful as the leader.
Yeah, you rather want to cube out than cube in.
Exactly, yeah. For a recube, it's a good tactic to wait till your opponent has a pass instead of cubing him in. Whoa. 9 checkers versus 8.
Taking a moment, thinking about the position.
Yes. Difficult.
So the pips are, it's even, 29. Christian has bad 3s and 4s.
Yeah, the 4s are the worst. It's often the worst hole to have in your barrel.
Yeah.
It's more costly.
We can actually see also the EPC. And I think in a position like this with under 10 checkers in the bear-off, I would use the Matosec count and go through my numbers and lose 6 minutes. You know?
Yeah.
Lose 6 minutes and then probably get it wrong. It's so tempting to do calculations and your mind gets absorbed in your computations and you lose 3, 4, 5 minutes. I think Dagfinn is more of a visual player, maybe even, or is he also the computational guy?
He's both. He's both actually.
Okay.
So he's not only guessing here, he's calculating.
Yeah.
Christian also has a very strong mathematical sense. So, but this one is not easy.
No, but this is an easy one to calculate. I
No,
would
it's
say.
not, because it's a bit awkward.
Yeah, but with the Matosec count, you can calculate your exact winning chances. And of course, you have to be aware that white's take point is probably 18%, so you have to be in the high 70s at least to double this. But you can calculate this quite precisely if you do the Matosec count. I have a high confidence in the Matosec count.
I must be honest and say I don't know the that
Okay,
count, but
okay.
I will look it up afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh, now it came. Yeah, so he missed actually a significant cube.
You can see the logic behind that, because Dagfinn, he really doesn't want to risk big swings in
Absolutely
the game.
not,
So
no.
having a
And if you're in doubt if it's a take, you might as well
Yeah.
just roll on red.
So I think Dagfinn is happy with 2 points here. 12-4.
12-4, and the players are taking a break.
Aha, okay. So we see that Christian's live cube take point for a recube at the score, the preceding game would have been 17.5%. But this is of course with 100% efficient recube vig.
Yeah.
So you would have to make some adjustments there. So thanks you guys. We're going to take a commercial break and be back shortly. See you.
winds tonight as our bursting garden shoots intertwine. The creature comforts when we're cold. The cocoon to curling cuddle folds. When the creatures cover up our shoulders enveloped, we almost forget to breathe. The stones lay in flower beds. You arranged and rearranged them to fit. It's creative fingers green, like the perfect mother I've ever seen. A creature comforts when we're cold. A cocoon to curling cuddle folds. And when the creatures cover up our shoulders enveloped, we almost forget to breathe.
Okay, we're back. Apologies for missing the opening rolls of this 10th game. Christian off to a great start. What about this here, Mick? Or
Oh, yeah.
Elias?
Well
I
done.
don't really like it. If I was Dagfinn, it looks very stacky, but you know, he has some race. That's more or less the positive to say about that.
He doesn't like this position, Dagfinn, at all, but maybe he's feeling forced to take it because of the race.
He does.
Yeah,
It's a narrow take.
it's a good take from him.
It's a very good taker.
It's good, but that it wouldn't have cost him much to drop this. I mean, I'm sure if you put this on match-winning chances, it would be maybe 0.1 or 0.2 in match-winning chances. So that could be a match strategic consideration to drop it.
And also psychologically, if you kind of lose this game, especially if you lose Gammon and it gets to 12-8, then it's a different psychology in the game. So
Yes.
maybe
I
you're
agree.
right. Yeah.
Yes. A German player, Tilman Zöntgen, told me he calls this steaming equity. You know, you can anticipate that you take a risky take, it's a correct take, but if you get gammoned, you can get like you can start reproaching yourself for taking. You see, like this here, suppose this goes wrong.
You need to point shift, I think, because of otherwise you get attacked here. The 6 is of course duplicated, so I would probably have point shifted, but
Okay. Aces, wow, that's a fantastic roll. Shifting and making the bar. A good entry number. Gee,
3-1. Excellent for Dagfinn.
wow.
he's on fire.
No 3-6. Hopla.
It looks so easy.
Gee.
Yeah, and
Wow,
now it's
this
too
is-
good.
This
So now
is
if-
very exerting. It must be for
Christian
Christian.
fans, it's
too
probably
good.
yeah.
Too good, yes. Some restlessness now in Christian's body language.
It's very little too good, but
Not by much.
no.
Hmm.
So same thing as before, 31% gammon if he closes him out.
I think so. So 14 plus 1 because you need an extra pip in the board.
Mm-hmm.
15 times 2, 35%, I would say.
25.
If the closeout comes. Of course, the closeout isn't there yet, so the 35% only is there when the closeout is there, with perfect distribution.
Yeah.
Eh? But that's just a rule of thumb.
It's a very good rule of thumb. It
And-
was
yeah.
actually Johan that also taught me that one.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know about it. So now I guess it can't be too good anymore. So
He still has no bad rolls, actually, Dagfinn, but
Uh-huh.
there isn't much gammon here. Too good still.
yeah, okay.
A little, by a little only.
Mm-hmm.
So you can always afford to take a roll now and maybe cube Christian out next time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What's the worst you can roll? Like 2-5, 3-5 maybe?
Yeah, 3-5 forces him to give up the 7, but
Then you can cube
barring
next
a
time.
high double
Yeah.
or a high roll, he waits. So now I think a high double can bring Christian back in the race.
Yeah, so Dagfinn will probably double here. Yes.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
So we have a big favorite now.
Oh, yes.
So what is the percentages of this score?
Ho. Well, 17 away scores. I have a hard time calculating because my Niels numbers only go to the 15 away scores. Okay. Well, you badly need to know it, Mick?
No, it's okay. It was
Okay.
just if you had it in your mind. Yeah, I know
No,
you're
no,
very
no,
strong
no.
with those numbers.
No,
So
but not this. So 17 away, 7 away.
yeah,
No, but I have to go there.
it's probably 95 or something. Oh, maybe not 95. Sounds high.
Around 12%.
12%.
But this is what Dagfinn had in his match against Ralf Jonas.
Mhm.
It was also around 12, and then he went to 14 and all the way to 100.
Mm. You know what they say, that in a match as long as this one, you always kind of get the chance to enter, to come back in the game. Not always, but it happens quite often, even
Mhm.
if you're way behind.
Yeah.
so it's not over for Christian.
Yeah.
But of course, Dagfinn has the momentum, he rolls well and seems calm.
Yes. And the luck on his side. We can see the luck rate steadily increasing to +3.
I like the angle here.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, the loose hit looks a bit too loose. So how will you play this one? Duplicate 2s maybe and play to 14 and save the blood on 10?
Well,
Or do you need to step up with the checker?
I think I would step up with the checker. Step up with the checker and safety the blood from the 10 point. No, no,
Safety
no.
the blood is actually not an option. That's a bit of a surprise.
Yes. Wow. That's a good play by Dagfinn.
Very good
Pure
play, yeah.
play. Wow. Pure play. Putting the checker where he wants it.
I think it was illegal.
Ah, yes, it's illegal. He needs to play one more ace.
No, it was legal, wasn't it? He played 16
yes.
to 13 and 10
Yes,
to
he
9.
did. Correct. Yeah. Christian is confused.
Unless he also played 7. No, he didn't play 7 to 6. No, I think he played it legal.
Yeah, some discussion. Okay, no problem. Can happen. Do you know if Christian is listening to music or if it's just a noise cancelling set of headphones?
Oh, I actually don't know if he does. I can't remember. No, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I was wondering.
What do you listen to music when you have headphones on?
No.
What about you, Elias?
When I'm behind in the match, I put on some heavy metal. But other than that, I usually have only the noise cancelling.
Heavy
too,
metal.
But I know
wow.
that the Dagfinn right now is listening to black metal, so that's even worse.
Is that to like
He's relaxing listening to black metal. So.
is that to like psych yourself up? You do that?
Oh, he likes
when you
black
do
metal,
it.
So, when I do it,
Yeah.
I mean, when I need some energy, I put on something with something upbeat.
Yeah.
And doesn't that interfere with your thought processes?
No, actually no.
Okay.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
So maybe
It's
the
like,
transcription has been wrong since because he's going back to like the second move.
Yeah. Yeah, they are reconstructing the whole game.
Yeah. So Michael, I think it's Michael Krakus that is doing the transcription. So maybe he suddenly noticed that his position was off compared to what he saw on the board.
Okay.
So they had to go all the way back.
Now that's where the high pulse rate comes from. Daniel Sørensen says,
Yeah.
you know, he's like old jumpy. What kind of music is that, black metal?
Oh, it's the hardest form of heavy metal, you can
Gee.
say. So it's really heavy.
Sounds
It
scary.
has like the growling vocals.
Gee.
So it's
Wow.
kind of scary.
Yes, it sounds scary.
But he seems like such a a calm guy. So,
Yeah, he is. He is.
yeah.
So.
It surprises me a bit.
Yeah. Daniel Sørensen also tells us that no music for Christian, so it must be a noise
Okay.
cancelling headphones. My thoughts go back to Ralph Jonas. I wonder how he copes with this. Do you think he is in any way affected by this defeat, or do you think he can shed this pretty easily?
I mean, he has massive routine. So I think for him, if any, he can get rid of it pretty easily. And he has also been pretty hot for some time now. So,
Yes.
but of course, it's a tough defeat. So the next couple of days, maybe he will think a bit about it. But I think for him, it will be not easy, but he will get through it easily. Yeah,
Okay.
pretty easy.
Okay. Yeah, I read a nice quote in a book about sports psychology. Billie Jean King, the American tennis player, says, defeat is not failure, it's research. So maybe he will see it that way, that,
Interesting.
if you can have that and regard defeat as an opportunity to learn. But I don't know if Ralph is in learning mode. Nowadays, he's more in winning mode.
Oh, now he has a strong position again, Dagfinn.
Yes. Maybe. Yeah, this is a double. This looks like a huge too good to double at a normal score. But as you are further ahead in the match, your too good to double decisions become pretty easy. You are more and more seldom in a position to play on. I think is what I once heard.
I understand actually that Christian passes this one. It looks very scary. He hadn't developed much. He made his 7-point. He had a blot on the 2-point. He was up on the bar against the 4-point board. It was not easy to take, I think. That was what, 45% gammon in it?
Yes, a lot. So less than 10% match winning chances now for Christian.
I like Dagfinn's rolling technique, with the cup on the side of the board, and then he puts it there every time he has been rolling. It's kind of cool, very relaxed.
Yeah.
And he doesn't put much energy in the rolling, He
No.
just rolls.
He just rolls it almost from the
Yeah.
side. Yeah.
So once again, Christian is on the back foot in this game.
Looks like he's mostly defending Christian in this
Yes.
match, so it must be frustrating for him.
Very. Like the preceding game, he was in a winning position, he had cubed, you hope for a 2-point win, and then it goes against you. Wow, where does the 4 come from?
I think
think
he
he
has
needs
to
to play.
maximize 39 probably.
I agree.
And hope for a fan or for not hitting entering.
Yeah, this is maybe a bit a bit too cautious. Yes, it apparently is.
That's a really nice roll.
Yes. Okay.
So Christian's position is kind of broken in two. It's not easy to play those games where you have like a lot of checkers you need to bring home, and you at the same time is trying to, attack. So
Yeah. Yeah, only 8 checkers in the zone.
The bar point is really important for Dagfinn to make right now with 4 of Christian's checkers behind.
Yeah.
1-6 is good for Christian,
Yes.
and this is still a very open game.
The fight for the bar point goes on.
So the good thing is that Christian is it's a good thing for Christian. He's benefiting from it, from that, hitting contest, because it's on Dagfinn's outside board. It's taking place.
Yeah, Dagfinn suddenly from 2 checkers back has a 4 back. So a completely different, completely different type of game after a couple of exchanges.
Christian, he won the battle for the bar point.
Yeah,
and
big.
that is a big improvement for him. But it's still very open.
What an ugly 4 to play.
Very ugly.
Gee.
I think it's only
Maybe you
4
just-
is from the 18 points.
Yeah, I think so.
And he has to think about the 3.
Maybe you just play 24, 21, 18, 14. Yeah,
Yeah.
the big one.
Oh.
Ah, yeah. Decides to give up the midpoint. Since the
Oh.
midpoint doesn't work well together with the 18 point, maybe his reasoning. It was a blunder, or at least it's flagged by XG.
This gives Dagfinn too much freedom in the outfield, I think.
Aha.
Now that Christian doesn't have his midpoint anymore.
Mm-hmm. Wow, multiple checkers back for both players make the checker plays very complex. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Really
Good
nice
play.
point.
Yeah, it looks
really nice
nice.
point to get.
I like it.
Yes, yes, yes. Wow.
Yeah, you probably need to step up to 21 with the ace.
Mm-hmm.
You want to have some sixes, I think, where you can run.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe a slight mistake? No.
All right. Look
Piotr
right.
likes it. Five two.
Christian would love to make the 9 point, but he can't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Ace in the back.
Yeah, it looks correct.
Could be a long game, this one.
Yes. And
So
a
right
difficult
now,
one.
yeah, very difficult. Right now, Christian has the upper hand in regards to outfield control. Well, maybe Dagfinn is gaining it back a little now, but it's very important to get an anchor, a point out like the 13 point, which Christian has,
Mm-hmm.
to put pressure on the checkers that Dagfinn plays out.
Yes. Yeah, you can step up or make the solid 4 prime. And guess that would be your preference, Elias?
I would step up with the last 2
Oh, really?
to gain some timing, but it looks correct what he did.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Dagfinn really knows those positions really well,
Mm-hmm.
so I trust what he does here.
Yeah.
Very strange
Wow.
throw.
Wow, this is
This-
great for Christian.
Yeah. Yeah. All kinds of sixes.
I think he needs to make it 9.
Mm-hmm.
That was a very fast play considering the many options.
Yes.
But yeah, okay, it was also wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I would have used some time on that one because that was not obvious what the right move was. I
Mm.
don't even know what the right move is, but
Yeah, we can only guess.
yeah.
Yeah, but you are right. He has so much time on the clock, and now is a good time to use it
Yeah,
and profit from his good time management. If you start off your match fast and you keep up the fast pace,
yeah.
and you never use your time bank,
Do you think he was playing too good there?
I'm not sure that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what he's doing.
Looks
He
like
did-
he
he
missed a
didn't-
big cube.
Yeah, but he didn't stop up for long, so I'm not sure if he felt like this is not a take at all for Dagfinn, and then he just rolled on, or if he thought it's not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're down 4-15, you kind of don't want to miss the cubes. You want to cube in instead of playing on for on double gammon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm.
So does this cube mean that he thought he was too good before?
No,
not
I think
sure.
this proves that he
Yeah,
thought
I'm
he
not
was
sure
not
what
good
this-
enough. Not sure to guess what went on in Christian's mind.
I think if it was too good before, it's even better now, the position.
Even if it's
So
on the
I
bar.
thought, I mean, I must conclude that he didn't think it was good enough. Maybe before.
Yeah. He's now on the bar. So yeah, hard to say.
Yeah, probably.
So you play okay. So you actually leave the 22 point. Did he have 21 and 22, or did he have 22 and 23, Christian?
He had 22 and 21.
21 and 20.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think he will take it, Elias?
He really wants to. Because,
Really?
because he likes those positions here.
Okay.
But I
likes
think he
them.
will pass because he has no timing.
Yeah, and
So,
defending his lead, right?
Defending his lead. I don't think he wants to enter this kind of position
Yeah, he
and
could
risk
crunch.
losing 4 points. So
Yeah, he could crunch so easily.
Yeah.
Wow,
Ooh.
Dagfinn.
I
that's
mean,
a
he
good
likes to
one.
play those positions, and he
Yeah.
really knows
Wow.
how to.
That was a 700
So,
blunder, I think.
Wow, this is the first sign of
He needs to improve
overconfidence,
fast.
maybe.
Yeah, it would be interesting to hear after the match what they thought about this position. You know, if Christian thought he was in not good enough territory, you know, earlier before he cubed, or where he was, because they definitely got it wrong. But yeah, it's not easy positions, these back games. But I think taking it seems a bit deep when you are up 15-4, and he kind of needs a 4 almost immediately to escape a checker.
Yes.
And this starts looking awkward for Dagfinn now.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't burned any checkers yet. That's a good thing. But I'm sure he's thinking, why did I take this
Yes.
right now?
Well, to say the least, this was not a good take.
No.
Especially with such a lead, you should know that this is a gammonish position, and that your timing was very, very precarious.
Is the YouTube chat down, or is it? Do we need to scroll? Because
Maybe we
there haven't
need
been
to
any.
scroll.
Yeah, because it seemed like.
How do we scroll here?
I'm just surprised there haven't been any comments or questions for a while now.
People are absorbed by the action. But strange things could still happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He wants to force him off with the 5s. I mean, generally it's not a bad plan, but I'm not sure if it's right when you don't have any dead checkers yet. If it's too early.
That's tactical.
Do you know, Elias?
I'm not sure. I think I would provoke some action here
Yeah.
because Dagfinn, I mean, his 4s and 5s are dead.
Yeah.
So I think
I
this
think
is
I like-
maybe the moment to do it.
Ah, yes, you want to squeeze Dagfinn off his 23-point anchor there.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's clever.
Yeah, it's a brilliant way to
It seems that
kill the back game.
Yes.
that was Christian gut, and now he starts thinking. So maybe sometimes you should go for your gut feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe he can even. Well, I'm not sure. No, I was thinking about playing 7-1 and 9-4 and double blotting.
I would probably play 10. What is that? 10-4, 9-4, and leave a blood on the 9 point.
Yeah, all kinds of tactical possibilities here.
But I like
Gee.
actually lifting, leaving a blood on the 7 point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because he
yeah.
wants to get hit with the fives.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
Wow.
I really like
That's
that.
the theme. I think that's very clever play.
Wow, it's great, to catch a glimpse of how the brain of a grandmaster works. Yeah, these are tactical opportunities that a player of Christian's level should not pass up on. He sees it, that's good.
Yeah, it's really good that he spends a lot of time on this because it's kind of a crucial moment.
Mm-hmm.
According to XG, you should actually lift
Wow.
from the 6 point as well.
Yeah, double blotting, but from the 6 point.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Nobody finds that play.
No, because he played the 5 from 6 to 1, right? No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So you're just making the ace point.
Of course.
So it was correct to leave the blood on the 7 point
Yeah.
and forcing him off with the 5s.
With the, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So how do you decide now whether you should slot the back of your prime and give shots to improve your timing or not?
Like in the position before or like now?
Yeah, like the position before.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really tough sometimes. If you feel like your opponent's timing is, already dead or whatever you can say,
Mhm.
then
There's no need.
there's no need to leave the blood, I think, on the end of the prime. And
Mhm.
if you want your opponent to, or if you want to gain timing yourself, then you kind of just leave it there and force your opponent to hit you, so you get recirculated.
Okay.
But here, the whole idea, I guess, was to force him off the 2 point,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which
Because
is a very clever play.
Yes.
Sixes for
Yeah.
Dagfinn would be good for his timing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we shouldn't give the sixes.
Yeah. Yes.
So now
Wow.
there's massive gammon in this one.
Oh, yes. Well, this take may come back to haunt Dagfinn.
Yeah, that was a big mistake. So he enjoys playing these kind of games.
He
you
does,
say?
he
Yeah.
does. He
It's
hates,
also fun.
he hates passing those, I think.
Yeah.
And it's fun to play, and he knows how to play them.
Yeah,
And it's maybe a money game take, but
Yeah.
on this score, you risk too much.
yeah. I think that's maybe most backgammon players' weakness, that you get too curious in these kind of games because they're so exciting to play instead of the normal,
You want to see how it goes.
Yeah, you want to see how it develops. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And also, if you have a big lead and you have rolled well, you're getting optimistic and think this is going my way, and maybe you get a little too
double shot.
aroused, maybe.
The
Oh.
double
Yeah,
shot.
too aroused, yes. Or you get a feeling of invincibility. Nothing can happen to you. Everything's going your way. But now suddenly, a miss.
And Christian's pulse was just the same as always.
Amazing,
you know.
amazing. He is a medical rarity or a medical curiosity. Or I should say maybe a physiological curiosity. So the gammon looks assured. Yep.
So it's 15-8. So a little more life for Christian now.
Yes.
Is this the time to take a break for Dagfinn when you think a little about that position, you think, Elias? Or would you just, move on, forget it, and, you're still in, comfortable lead? And
Maybe he
so
doesn't want to take a break with this bad feeling.
Because he doesn't want to send a signal to Christian.
Yeah.
that-
So you just continue and hope
Yeah.
that the next game will
Yeah,
be better
makes
for him.
sense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they also had 2 breaks in a short time. So
Yeah, they did.
So Christian is back to being a 4-1 underdog. So a massive improvement from 12% to 20%. That should be encouraging. But that was interesting, those technical plays you suggested, Elias and Mick, to force your opponent off a stripped anchor in a back game. Wow, you need to pay attention to that.
That's
That
the
did a lot
six.
on the lock rate actually, and they're almost even on the lock rate after
Wow.
that game.
Wow, that's amazing because Dagfinn was up like to 3.7 at a certain moment.
Yeah.
And now it's less than 0.1. Strange. That's strange.
6-3 for Christian.
Okay.
I never like to hit on the deuce point. I remember Morten Holm once told me not to do it because it's almost always wrong. So I always have that in mind when I'm playing. But in this case, it seemed right.
Okay. Yes.
Ace point could also be an option, but it's probably not because the 4 point is so strong.
Yeah, here maybe making the
Oh,
9
wow.
point was better. 9 point being 6 pips away from the open 3 point. Okay.
So making the 9
And 4
and not hit.
and not hit.
Yeah. Yeah, just making the ace
maybe.
without. I'm not sure actually what the right play was. Apparently, it's a substantial error the play Christian made. Maybe we can get it up by. Kragos, he doesn't have, Michael doesn't have any connection to what we are. He doesn't hear what we are saying, right?
No,
So he
no,
doesn't
no.
know if we want to see a certain position.
Yeah, and I think he really needs to focus on
Exactly.
the transcription.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, he will do that one checker at a time.
That's
1,
the pip
2,
count.
3. Okay, that's the running pip count.
That's the running pip count move.
Okay, that explains it.
It might look a bit arrogant when he does it like that, but it's not the purpose.
Yeah,
It's,
it looked a bit like he was
yeah,
toying
enjoying
with his
it.
opponent. Yeah.
But it's the running pip count move.
Okay,
15-10.
15-10. Slowly creeping back into this match, patiently.
That was 6 fast points. Yeah, it was. He went from 4-15 to 10-15, right?
Wow, you remember that?
Yeah,
The
wa-
score.
wasn't
Yeah, you are probably right. Are you feeling a bit of nerves too, Elias?
Well, I think that Dagfinn may be feeling some nerves right now. Because this was kind of change of momentum.
Oh yes.
And
Look,
Double
if
five
he
again.
dances it with another consecutive hopla.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now we will take a break, I think, because that just went too fast.
Yeah, but it's tempting to keep playing, wait for a lucky break and
How many breaks do they have per match for the match? 3 each or 2 each?
I don't know, I haven't checked with the
I
organizers.
think it's 2 normally.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Wow, so suddenly the score looks way closer.
Yeah, it is.
You want to know?
Yeah, out of
Oh,
curiosity.
10 away, 6 away.
Somebody is writing that Christian's heart rate probably, the device probably stopped working because it's shown 76 for a long time.
Ah, yes.
So that could be right. That's a very good point, at least.
Yeah, maybe they wear a bracelet, is that it? They wear
Yeah, I think they wear a bracelet
around their
Yeah.
wrist.
Yeah.
Maybe he switched it off or something.
I think he has it on his right arm. I
Mhm.
think we can see it from here. Did you try to play with that, Elias?
Yeah, once.
Was it fun?
Not
fun, but,
It was interesting to,
yeah.
to see if
Yeah.
the heart rate was actually how I was feeling at the time.
Yeah.
So after watching the match, after the later, I was kind of surprised sometimes because my heart rate was kind of low, and I remember that I was kind of stressed when things happened during the game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But it was surprisingly low. I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Did he move all of them? He probably did.
2 out. Yeah, he did.
So he needs a really good roll now, Christian, in order. I mean, this must be a cube afterwards, right? With that big race lead.
Yeah, it has to be. "24 pips.
Well, he's not on the midpoint.
No, it's slightly different than what we're used to, right?
Okay.
That probably makes it a take also.
Mm-hmm.
He has good numbers also, like 6-3, where he only leaves 7 shot. So he has double 1, gets closer, he has double 3, 4, 5, 6. And he has quite a good time, quite a long time to roll any of those numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's a massive take, if it is take.
Wow. That's a tough one to find. I think my reasoning would be, do I make a big blunder by taking this, or do I make a big blunder by dropping this? Where is my largest blunder potential? And here I think you don't give up much if you drop it, because your opponent goes to 5 away instead of to 4 away or 6 away. So he goes to uneven away.
Yeah.
But
That's a
I
very
would get
good
it
point.
wrong. I would
Yeah.
get it wrong. I think I would drop this. I wouldn't know how to quantify the extra equity I have for the 2 checkers on the 14 point being rather than on the 13
Yeah, it
point.
would be interesting to check if it would be a pass with those 2 checkers on the 13.
Yeah. I think it would be.
I'm guessing it would be very close to a pass then.
Yeah, it's a 40 millipoint take
Yeah.
right now, and he only has like 23% in the position, Christian.
Mm-hmm.
But I like your approach with getting to even or getting to an odd number of points
Mm-hmm.
away from the final score, because playing 5 away is much more difficult than playing 4 away.
Yeah.
So in that sense, it makes sense to pass it, I think.
Yeah, I'm quite sure if
Yeah.
Dagfinn had been on 14, then it would be a bigger take.
Yes.
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 A bigger take. No.
Yes.
Yeah. Because then if you dropped, oh yes, it would be a bigger take.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Because 2 points would take the guy to uneven away also, right? Is that correct reasoning?
Looks like a break.
Yeah,
So
looks like a
Dagfinn
break.
needed a good experience before the
Yeah.
break.
You predicted that. Okay, we'll take a break too. See you.
are back with the commentary. Players are back. 16-11 to Dagfinn. And he already has developed a very nice position now, and probably is very close to a double.
And they fixed Christian's heart rate monitor, so now he's not at 76 anymore.
It's moving again.
Well, it's close actually.
Yeah, it is a 76. Yeah.
So Dagfinn has the option to cube here. That's a tough one, I think. But 5 away,
Wow, I think it's tough to take this one.
it's very tough to take.
So the
Looks
cube
like it's a
is-
little take, right? Small take, I guess it's called in English.
Oh. I'm not sure about this one. I would probably pass this, even at the score.
5 away cubes are very hard to find, I think.
Yes.
And it looks like it's a very close call if it's a take or pass, if you look at the equity.
I mean, that checker on the 4 point for Christian is a liability.
Yeah,
If that was on the 6 point, maybe it would be different. It's a take,
Wow.
small take.
I don't think he likes it.
No,
So I have a feeling he will go for a pass here.
I mean, he has some good things going on, Christian. He has a stronger board. He has, he's still in the race.
He's putting a little pressure on with a 13 point, if
Yeah,
and when Dagfinn runs. But he
Dag-
also has a lot of work to do with escaping 2 checkers.
yeah.
Any really bad numbers here? I mean, the 6s is some of them are just forced for Dagfinn to run from the 18 point.
I mean, 6-1 and 6-4 make the 2 point. And with all other 6s, I think he has to run.
I agree. 5s.
But still,
5-1 is a bit awkward.
yeah.
The other 5 should probably just run.
And he has
also.
some numbers like 4-3.
6-3.
5-3, you mentioned that? 5-3.
Yeah, all the 5s,
Yeah,
like
all the
5-1, 5-2, 5-3, 5-4. I think you run all them
Yeah.
except 5-1 maybe. I'm not sure how you play that one. If you play the weird move to 3 and to 5.
Yeah, he passed.
Mm-hmm.
So now Dagfinn is at 4-way. They need to change the score. Yeah, 4-way. So now Gammon is, double Gammon is really good for him. So that also means he can cube pretty aggressively in Gammonish positions.
So
Yeah,
with 4 away, even if you have a big lead, you often have to double aggressively because of the gammons.
Yes. And the trailer's stake point is also a bit higher than normal.
Yeah.
You would expect the trailer's stake point to be lower than normal, but it's actually higher if the leader is 4 away. Counterintuitive. So Dagfinn was able to regain the momentum after a couple of games which went against him.
Yeah, we didn't see the start of the game, unfortunately, but it seemed like he definitely had a good development. So it seemed like it was a pretty fast game, not too many moves, and fast development of for prime?
I think Dagfinn had a nice double six
Okay.
in the start of the game. So.
Yeah.
Neil Cazaros is joining us and asking if where he can find it. It is the final, Neil, and you can find it, I think, on YouTube. You need to go to YouTube and Gibraltar Backgammon 2020. Neil is saying he will toss in a few comments. Thanks a lot. This may enrich our commentary.
You can't get too many comments from Legend, right?
That's correct.
So
That's a good one.
36 is a really
it's a
nice
really
number.
nice roll.
So again, we have a prime versus prime.
Yes.
It's a hit.
Mm-hmm. Is this obvious? Breaking the 4 prime for a point in board?
That is a very good question. Otherwise, you would end up what, putting 2 on the 7 point, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think it looks pretty strong. 13-4, 7-4 was the correct move. So you leave a blot on the 7 point actually.
Wow.
So you're working on counter priming, basically, because you're up against a very strong prime from Dagfinn.
Mm-hmm. That was a great roll.
2-5, yeah, that's a great roll.
Great roll.
And this one as well.
Mm-hmm. Might this be an action cube, or is that too early?
Prime there, that's very interesting position.
Yeah, very, very. Why not pause?
Yeah, you should think about this.
Yeah.
It was a double.
Oh, that's not a good roll.
Yeah, I thought so. It's a typical prime versus prime with the timing in your advantage. See, prime breaks.
So it looks like Dagfinn will get the outfield control because of that extra checker on the 22 point,
Mm-hmm.
if he can escape it. Not this time.
Mm-hmm.
He has to run.
Yeah. Okay, well played.
That's a nice roll.
Whoa.
Escaping and attacking at the same time.
Wow.
So if he fans, what then?
Wow.
Okay.
Intuitively, I would say no double take at the score.
Wow.
But there's a lot of gammons in it, you know, when you close out.
Yeah. The problem is you're kind of trapped.
It's a pass, wow.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
a
So
it's
my-
a four-way score.
My instinct was wrong. But I would think about it thoroughly if I
Yeah.
played.
Double 5 closes also, so it's what, 11, 12, 13 numbers closing. Plus some of the 8s are hitting. Double 4.
So even if Christian has like 24% here, it's still a pass.
Yeah, like 25% of the, well, 32% of the time he will
Yeah.
lose a match.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow, he might take.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the gammon value for Dagfinn is still quite high. So just slightly under 0.5, which is a typical characteristic for the 4-away score.
It
Wow,
drops.
well, good drop.
Yeah, I think Christian was just going through the numbers
Mm-hmm.
and to see if there was any like cracking numbers. Even double 4 he could play. So, and if he's closed out immediately, then it's just too dangerous.
Mm-hmm. So Christian maintaining his lucidity.
Is that 5-6?
Mm-hmm. This looks like a cube to me.
Yeah, it definitely could be with those 3 plots and like several double hitting numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Would you take this, Michael?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's not a fun take.
no, it's definitely not a fun take. But there's only 8 in the zone. Of course, there's a big number of checkers on the 13 plot that you will bring down when you hit. We hit with deuces and sixes.
Gee,
Yeah, it's a big take.
It's
Wow.
a pretty massive take, yeah.
gee. I think I would drop it because of the 3 blots and the high scare factor. Hmm.
Well, you're not on the bar yet, so
Ah, yes.
every checker is in play.
Mm-hmm.
The game
Yeah,
hasn't
5
really developed yet, so
Mm-hmm.
5-4 hits also in the outfield, doesn't hit any of the 2 checkers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, usually you get hit with 1 checker only.
Yeah.
And
Which
once you
double
enter, you have a game again.
Which double hitting numbers do we have? We have 2-4, 2-1, 2-6,
Double 2.
double 2.
Oh, this looks like the wrong idea, I think. Isn't 1310 better? Bringing...
I kind of like this one actually.
oh, really?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Wow.
Wow, that's a good number.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yes.
he hits.
Ah, yes.
The
yes, I
11.
thought it was blocked. Okay.
So
And
maybe-
then another hit and
Whoa.
1 down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Wow.
full ammo.
Whoa. Gammon's in the air. Ooh.
Hmm.
That was a strong take by Dagfinn.
Yeah, maybe you could even play 6-4 here. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
A
he
blitz
has-
is a blitz. Every point is
Yeah.
valuable.
Wow.
You could also play to 7 instead of playing 1 down to 11, but I like this move actually.
He has
That's
more covers now, so
Yeah.
I like the play. Yes,
That's
correct.
imaginative.
Well
Wow.
played by Christian.
Yes, then double 4s would have been a huge joker otherwise. Wow, that was a strong play. Very imaginative.
And also pretty fast. It was not something he
Yes.
was thinking about for long, so looks very natural for him.
Mm. Gee, there's the closeout. Niels says something about the doubling window being wide. Does that mean that the The doubler, the trailer has a lot of leeway for cubing. If he says the doubling window is wide,
Yeah, it means that I think what it means is that you can double with few threats.
I see.
You can double early.
Okay.
So this is sure gammon if he doesn't, leave a shot and get hit.
Yeah, like double sixes would be a bad roll. But this looks pretty okay.
It certainly does. So he's considering lifting the 6 point now,
Yeah.
which, it's illegal. Yeah, that looks right.
Probably best. The gammon looks assured.
Yeah. And Neil agrees that that is the right move.
Okay. Well, if Christian were to win a gammon here, this would certainly put some pressure back on Dagfinn.
It sure would.
6 away, 3 away.
What is that? 71 or I can't remember. I always have to calculate those matches.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is it like 71, 70?
6 away, 3 away is 66, I think.
66, okay.
I'm not sure.
We can look it up.
Yeah. No, 72, you are right. 73. 6 away, 3 away.
71, yeah.
71.
Ah,
yeah.
okay. Wow. You know just from top
So
of
I
your
remember
head?
this, yeah.
Mm.
It was a lucky punch. I don't always, I always have to calculate.
Wow. This match is suddenly way closer.
Definitely. It's hard to
Ooh.
sit in Dagfinn's chair now, having had a comfortable lead all the match, and now suddenly it's,
Yes.
down to 6 away, 3 away.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if he's leading, he has the pressure now.
Yeah. But there are plenty of time both. So Dagfinn's down to 9 minutes and 30 it says, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Christian has 20 minutes left, so plenty of time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Great roll.
Yes.
Oh, you need to make the 5 here for sure.
Yeah, and then consider where you're going to play your last ace.
Exactly. I would probably play 8-7, I think.
I think so too. It looks natural.
It looks very natural.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Whoa.
And then
Yeah.
you need to cube.
Mm-hmm.
Don't stop.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
why didn't he stop there?
he's thinking he's too good, or
Could
not good
be.
enough?
Could be.
Yeah,
Is he going for the...
he's going for the too good.
Wow. It seems to be paying off.
Yeah, I would have liked to see him stop up a little there and just, think.
Mm-hmm.
It went a bit too fast, I think. Okay, but he has to cube now. So if he's cubing now, then he was playing on too good before. So it looked like he was playing too good before
Yeah.
because he stops.
Interesting, yes. Mm-hmm.
I mean, Christian, he has 20 minutes on the clock. He should take his time.
He should.
His heart rate is going a little up, I see.
So what do you do here? You close the 4 and do you leave a 6 shot or you leave an 8 shot? This puts most pressure on, definitely.
Yeah. That's a double hit. Or do you close the 5?
Huh.
I think I would probably double hit because that leaves, I think that leaves less shots.
Now I think a cube would be very scary. In my opinion, he can't be too good anymore. And there's huge volatility.
It's,
Any 5.
the 5 is just massive. So
Yes.
it's like, but I don't even know if it's, I mean, it can be too good for sure. But is it a take?
I mean,
No,
it's,
Dagfinn
it's
has the
difficult to
race.
pass because
Yeah.
I mean, it's Dagfinn is probably the favorite in the position, or not far. Yeah, it's
So it's
he has 45.
yeah.
No, he has. Yeah, 45%.
That's a great cube.
So it's close. It's close to 50-50. It's very difficult to pass this,
Wow. Yeah.
but it's a very uncomfortable take.
Very
exactly, it's very uncomfortable.
But I mean, you have to take it.
Ooh.
This is one of the, what is ATS?
At the score.
Ah, at the score, okay.
First is a 3 away. Okay. Strong cube.
That's a lot of pressure to put on the opponent.
Oh yes.
You know, it just comes down to a 5, right? So,
Wow, that's a
Good take.
very good take. Yeah.
Now Dagfinn is relieved.
Yes. Very.
at least for roll.
What's
What is that?
Something
6-5?
with a 5.
6-5.
6-5 would be
Whoa.
nasty.
That's maybe
This is nasty.
maybe
Yes.
the worst.
That was a big anti-joker.
Wow.
Wow. Whoa.
How do you play this one?
No idea.
You want to keep the contact, right?
I'm not sure about that. Is that
I'm not
correct?
sure either. Maybe you have to leave the 18.
I think so. But it paid off.
Yeah, you had to leave 18.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dagfinn couldn't cover the blood, so still 2-3
Wow.
is a 5, which doesn't hit.
What a swing.
Wow, this
Now it
will
can be
probably
over.
seal the match. Christian didn't get lucky here. He had shots.
You had what? One single,
Once.
two double. No, two single, two single, one double.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very decisive. Misses.
Mm-hmm.
He could save the Gammon if he comes in and gets, the ace point. Or
You don't want to play this because of the double sixes after, I think.
Ah.
yeah,
Well, you create
Ah,
a
it
fourth builder.
seems it's correct, but here
I like this
there's
one.
four
with
builders
this
too.
with this
Ah.
play, your double six is good. Maybe that's what it's thinking.
Ah, yes.
Hmm.
Maybe all the way.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I would play it all the way. Oh, you put 2 on the 5 point. Looks a bit stacky. Oh,
4, It's okay, that should save the gammon at least.
So what about the recube?
The recube. Okay. Well, Christian's stake point is 11%. That we know. Question is, do you have this here?
Oh, that's a shot.
Ooh,
Wow, that's crazy.
that is really crazy. I mean, if Christian were to hit this, he doesn't. It
So
wasn't
now-
no redouble.
Well, Christian has had so many chances to hit back here.
Oh,
And
yes.
he's missed every shot.
Yes.
This must be a cube then. If the other one was a...
Where he was at 85% in the previous position.
Yeah, and he didn't improve in the actual roll, but since he missed, he did improve.
He must be over 90 here.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he will redouble here.
I think so.
Mhm. Yeah, I think this is pretty standard. Unless he judges that he has some gammons. But the gammon value cannot be really high. It only takes him from 89% to 100. Yeah, clear, redouble pass, but close.
That was a tough one for Christian to
Yes,
lose.
very tough
Yeah.
to stomach. He got the cube in from the bar. Excellent action cube with high volatility. But couldn't find the hit. 3-4 consecutive rolls. Mm-hmm. So Dagfinn is on the verge of clinching a great tournament victory. 75 players competed.
I don't like to activate another checker here. It's your Christian is what, 6 away?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's 6 away. Yeah, so Gammon matters.
Yeah. And he started aggressively with slotting.
Yeah.
That's the right idea, I think.
I agree.
So now with the opponent Christian having a better board, you don't want to provoke any attack, so you stay behind with and playing 13-10.
Mm-hmm.
I would not make this move
Because of that.
because of that.
But it looked like it may have been right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Didn't
yeah.
get any. But I agree, I would have also played one checker down. Wow, double 5.
Well, now he's thinking I'm leading the race, so I should run probably. But at the same time, this stacks things up,
Mm-hmm.
making it difficult to play the next roll. So I would probably stay behind, I think.
Yeah, I'd like to develop the board as well and make the 3-point.
Yeah,
But I'm definitely
but
not
I'm
sure.
not sure either. I'm not sure at all.
Well, isn't he a little bit in gammon save mode?
He is, but he can
Yeah.
easily get,
So what play loses the less gammons? That's the difficult too.
I think
Yeah.
staying on the 18 point is like a bit of insurance.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Because if you go all the way, you have plenty of rolls which leave shots right away. Maybe here too.
It looks like it's a close call.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow. So it doesn't really matter what he does.
2 different game plans and dead even.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, double one.
Gee. Yeah.
French.
Okay.
So this is Gammon save for Dagfinn, so he doesn't want to give anything.
It's a great roll.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Although you
what-
give up your 8 point, I think it's a great roll.
Sure. There's 2.
Four rolls.
Yep.
Is it worth it?
That's a very good question. I don't know if there are any rules to it, how many numbers you can give. I mean, it's still early, kind of early, so you're still, if you know, rolls one of those 4 numbers, then you can lose Gammon.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. But,
But here you also have some bad 6s, 6-5,
yeah.
6-3. It was the right choice.
Splitting
Roll
looks adventurous, but the deuces are duplicated and you control more outfield. And you are not worried about gammons against. Wow, look at this. Peach of a roll.
Mm.
Gee.
Mia is asking if Christian is drinking beer. No,
Hmm.
he's drinking water.
Look, wow.
Oh,
Okay. This is all not over yet.
So he's leading by 5 pips after the roll. Wow.
Interesting.
Yes. Maintaining contact. Slight checker play mistakes.
I don't think you can leave a double shot here. It's a bit too costly.
Yeah, I agree.
Apparently, jumping out with the double 5s was also a slight mistake.
Oh, that's interesting. He was up in the race after the move, right?
Mhm.
But only 5 pips.
Mm-hmm. Difficult to find these plays.
Strange roll.
Yes,
Yeah, very strange.
almost comical.
Lift 5 maybe?
Ah, yes, yeah.
That's a double shot.
Yeah. But you're far from dead if you get hit.
That's one of the better misses.
Oh, yes.
So Christian is favorite again. I can see that Christian's pulse went a bit up.
Yeah, to
Maybe
over
it's because
80.
we are,
And
now at
Dagfinn's
the
as
end of
well.
the game. This is decisive.
Yeah.
So a little more adrenaline.
Mm-hmm, sure.
Christian actually has the positive luck right now, I noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Although it's very close.
So Dagfinn needs at least one double.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is all
Maybe
gripping
one-
stuff.
Maybe one double is enough for Dagfinn because Christian misses with the aces. And the 4-1 was not good.
Look at the heart rates. Climbing up both players.
Yeah.
That's a fun concept, I think, to have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. The high double
Wow.
for Christian keeps him alive in the match.
So it will be interesting to see if Christian will weight cubing
Mm-hmm.
or if he will just, bring it over immediately.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of hope for the first because it's always fun to see how,
Sure.
when the cube comes then.
I agree.
I think I'm not sure if he normally practices that, having that approach. So I expect to see him cubing. But maybe Daniel on the chat can confirm if Christian usually does that.
We'll soon see. I think especially when you have a lot of time on your clock, you can carefully consider.
Yeah.
Now I think you should definitely not cube. This is like giving the cube away.
So it looks like he's considering. So he's probably going to wait now.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think that's the pip count move again. You could see he was like hesitating a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So Dagfinn has a high anchor
Yeah.
on the 15 point.
Very high, yeah.
So I think that Dagfinn's stake point is probably around 4.5%. And the gammon value for Christian with the cube turned is probably around 0.6 or 0.7. So you would have to estimate your gammon chances, multiply them by 0.7, and then add them to the 4.5 point take point and see where you get. And make
So-
sure you anticipate market losers.
So if he loses like 30% gammons,
Yeah,
it would be a take point of 25.
25, yeah.
Okay,
So then you would lose your market once you get over 75%.
makes sense.
From the top of my head.
Yeah,
So the scores are slightly different if you are 3 away, 1 away, 5 away, 1 away, or 7 away, 1 away post Crawford. The gammon values change slightly.
Hmm?
But you definitely have take points below 5%. So I like it that Christian waits.
that's a difficult double two actually. There's so many options.
That's often the case with double two.
Yeah, you kind of want to strengthen the board. But you also want to bring home those checkers on the 15 point,
Yeah.
and maybe even make the 11 point, but you can't do it all.
Seems correct.
Very
Yeah.
good, very good
Yeah.
move.
Three two. I would have been tempted to make 2 points in board, but maybe this is better. Mobilizing one of the back checkers. Yeah, making 2 points in board was slightly better. A good hit. Now, yeah, okay. So still a no-brainer take for Dagfinn, even if he were to dance.
Yeah. You should probably just step out and just, play with one blot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He will do that, I think. Wow.
Mm. Yeah, bit of a mistake. Second checker sent back.
He wanted to improve his prime, probably,
Yeah.
but maybe it was unnecessary in this position. I mean, Dagfinn's problem is the lonely checker behind. Now he has 2.
Mm. Okay, interesting. So he can again hit or jump out, step up. I don't like to bring that many blots into play actually.
Those 2 moves from Dagfinn have really complicated the game now.
Yeah, it has. Yeah.
So maybe that's what his plan is, to complicate, probably?
What we found. So are we getting close to a tough cube decision if he fans here?
Oh. Yeah, maybe. Maybe, I'm not sure.
So many options. You
Three,
can, you
really a
can
lot of options, yeah.
hit, you can make the 8.
So the trick is, I guess, to see how many gammons there are in this position. I mean, here you probably have at least mid-20s or something. So if you are approaching the 65% winning chance, a cube might be in order.
Hmm?
Yeah, but Neil Casaros tells us he doesn't see a market loser. Sure.
I think
Yeah.
that was for the roll.
For a couple of rolls before.
Yeah, a couple
Yeah.
of rolls before, but
Mhm, mhm.
but
So
if you fan, no, he's not on the bar now. I thought he hit it. He hit.
This is a complicated game
It's
for
very
post
complicated.
Crawford. And the cube is still in the middle. I hope that Christian doesn't lose track of the cube.
Yeah, he should definitely hit here because you don't want Dagfinn to hang up on the 18 point.
Mhm.
At least he needs to fight for it.
Yeah, I think the 4. Does he have a 4-1 to play?
Yeah, he didn't play anything now. The
Okay.
4, I think, is mandatory hit.
Yes, yes, yes. Wow.
Wow, it doesn't hit.
This doesn't even win more games. I think you should have put red on the bar.
Oh, what do you
Wow.
That gave Dagfinn too much freedom.
It did,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
He kind of gave him the
Initiative.
momentum initiative. Yeah,
Mm.
exactly.
I see often the Dagfinn playing these kinds of positions. I don't think it's a coincidence.
No.
He often enters complex stuff.
Yeah. He's also
Mhm.
extremely strong player, so
Yeah.
it doesn't surprise me if he masters it.
And he has improved. You see his PR is going down.
Mm-hmm.
It was on 5 before, now it's close to 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, considering he took what was it, 600
700
pass,
I think.
700 pass, then
So he must have played really well in the
really
rest
well,
of the
yeah.
match.
Yeah.
This is also quite imaginative.
Yeah, he's blitzing. He doesn't really want to blitz.
I think I would have just stepped out with the back checker from the 22 and played with one blot, and put your blot in front of those stripped 11 and 13 points.
Yeah, it looks like XG
Mhm.
agrees with you. Yeah, it's kind of the wrong plan when you
Yeah.
have 3 checkers back. You don't
Mhm.
want to blitz, and Christian has a high anchor also. You don't have, you have 10 in the zone, but it's not really, the kind of game you want to play in a post Crawford.
So Dagfinn's position is a little better now than it was 2-3 rolls ago.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely developed a lot, yeah.
So the cube, of course, is now miles away, with Dagfinn having an anchor. You would have to get to 95% winning chances in a gammonist position to lose your market.
Yeah, so we're probably not going to see Christian Cube until the Dagfinn leaves the anchor. He sees
Yeah.
some more blots
Mm-hmm.
in the outfield.
Yeah.
It's swinging back and forth.
Yeah, I wonder how many gammons there are in this position. 20, maybe?
Step up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you should step up.
Christian is pausing. This is not good. Well, I would not cube this yet. You don't have it. This is way too easy of a take. Way too easy of a take.
Oh, that's a good roll.
5s.
You can get the 8 point. And I'm not sure about the rest.
Okay, we're back in one of those positions that Dagfinn
Yeah,
likes
he
to
loves-
play.
he loves to hit.
Elias.
He loves to hit. I would step up with from the 22 points.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Neil agrees with you.
He doesn't
Michel,
have-
that he's
Yeah.
fighting you in that cube didn't matter. I mean, there wasn't really any good sequence.
And you can think about it. He has 20 minutes. I mean, this is an opportunity to shine,
Dagfinn hit, and there's 1-4 from the bar. And 2-1 is a poor roll here.
So
Yeah.
the hit was not correct.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, stepping out, as you suggested, Elias, was probably best.
I think that was an illegal play.
Was it?
2-1. He was at the 11
He was
points
at the
and he
11,
played
yeah.
to the 7, so it's illegal.
but he
Ah,
rolled.
they
Yeah, I
noticed
think
it.
they saw it.
Yeah.
That's the advantage of having a transcriber.
So what do you do then? The Christians roll, does it stand?
That's a good question.
I don't think it does, but they probably, have a general. Maybe they agree
think
as
it
gentlemen
stands.
that they just put it on the 8 point.
Yeah, it was not an. It was an illegal move. Well,
Because normally
Mhm.
when you have rolled, you have accepted the. I
Yeah.
think the move. That's what Sten told in the beginning of the tournament.
that's
you
the
can't. You can't. Go back. Even though we play with legal moves, you can't go back and say that the previous move was incorrect and then keep the dice.
keep
So you
the-
would just
yes.
keep. I think normally you would just keep the position.
I
The move
see.
stands, but here it looks like they agree that it's just an illegal move.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make a big difference if it's
No.
on 7 or 8.
Mm-hmm. You would love to hit and
Yeah.
fight for the bar point, but at the cost of your 8 point?
It's a very exciting game we get here.
Yes, we
Yes.
are like a bit dumbfounded.
It's been a great match, I think.
Yeah, we are completely immersed in this game and in this match.
I must say that I think Dagfinn is really brave to be playing those kinds of games.
He is. He is
with,
very brave.
with the lead that he's had
Yeah.
in the match. So
Mhm.
a lot of players would be much more conservative.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't fear, putting checkers into play, even
No.
though he's, in the risk of losing a gammon. Neil, you were not wrong in regards to if you're talking about the illegal play. It actually does stand under normal circumstances, but I think they must just have agreed that they put it the right place. His intentions, I think, was to at least put it there anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, Dagfinn providing a spare on the 18 point to regain some presence.
that was
the
actually a really good double
outfield.
one. That's a really good one.
Mm-hmm.
Could have considered maybe making the 3 point.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks good maybe with the prime there, keeping the 3 points.
So amazingly enough, Christian's luck rate is positive. He played a full PR point better, and still he is down 26-16. This is kind of strange.
Yeah, it's a
better
bit unusual,
PR, a
isn't
better
it?
luck rate, and still being down.
Yeah, it's a bit unusual.
That's like one of the anomalies, I
Mm.
think, of XG. I don't get it.
That's a brave play, again, but he had to do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But 2.
Wow. He needed an entry number.
These are tough positions to play.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't lift, you have to maintain purity, I think.
And what's going on with Christian's heart rate?
Wow, no, there must be something
Firing
wrong
up.
with
Yes.
that wristband.
It's just going up
No,
one,
no,
one,
no,
one.
No, 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 no.
Yeah, they're also writing that in the chat.
Is there a doctor in the room? Gee,
Now it's going down again now.
yeah. Fives.
That's not a good roll, Christian, I think.
Yeah.
Now
Well,
Dagfinn actually has a well-timed back
He
game,
is a
Yeah.
very well
so his
timed
position is much better now than it was
Yeah.
before.
Yes. Christian is now a bit joker dependent. If he can bring the 2 checkers from the 8-point in,
You might even leave the shot with like 4-1, maybe even with 2-1.
this is a 2-1.
Yeah, maybe you just, leave the shot.
Wow. No, that was a bit too much.
No, it's too much, yeah. No, it was correct to leave the shot.
Aha, so there he cleared the 8. Wow, this is it is a backgammon with good timing, but well, the timing is maybe not so good anymore. But it is gammonish. This is a bit of a timing cruncher.
Yeah, it's not really the point he wants to make, but
No.
you gotta play what you get, right? 1 off.
1 off. No, why?
Why not 1 off?
Why? Unless I am missing something.
That looks better.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's not the best timing anymore. Depending on when the shot comes, of course, it comes there, okay.
There is
That's
the
a shot.
shot.
Wow.
A double shot.
I didn't even see
But
that.
they sometimes get missed, believe it or not.
They do.
3s and 4s.
So Dagfinn got the shot earlier than he expected.
Yes. That's a good roll.
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's still
That's
anybody's
a
game.
Hit. Wow. Very volatile now. Any hit would be very gammonish.
Forced.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that
Wow.
was a bad roll, actually.
Wow, that was a brazen play. And a miss. This is cruel for Christian. This looks almost over. If Dagfinn
Yeah.
can find a 10 or a 2.
We can't see it.
No, we can't.
5-3?
5-1.
5-1. Yeah. So this could be the last important roll.
Yeah. No luck for Christian, at least.
Double 2 is not good, actually.
1, 2, 1. Okay. Double 2 would be a huge anti-joker. No. Wow. 4. How many checkers does Christian have off? It doesn't really matter with his slow board. 4 checkers or 3?
3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looks
so
like,
he
Wow, it
like
looks
it's in the
like-
bag,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, so he must then be up in the 90s somewhere. Because they are that on that high point, right?
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. If he had had a fast board with all the checkers on the ace and deuce point, then he would have, with 4 checkers off,
3 checkers off.
3 checkers off, 35%? I'm just saying something.
No, yes, that's not right. 3 off?
Well, 8 off is 50%. Ah, yeah, 3 off. Oh, no, much less.
12, I can't remember,
true,
but
yeah, me neither.
No,
I'm a bit brain dead.
you've been here all day, Michel, so you are excused.
All day
Yeah.
and all week.
I shouldn't talk when I don't have the info ready.
Oh. So I guess you need to stay and hope for the 4 bad numbers.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Doesn't have any checkers off. Oh, he has one off.
Yeah, but it looks like it's
So it's what?
over.
93% favorite now, Dagfinn.
Yep, Christian put in a great effort to stage a comeback.
Yeah, he
It
almost
may-
pulled it off.
He
I mean,
almost pulled it off, and only a miracle can now. He needs consecutive doubles, we all see that. Luck was certainly not on his side, I would say, although the luck rate is very close. Strange. But he put up an immense fight. I felt that the rolls were against him.
Yeah,
He
certain
played
points.
almost below 3. Yeah. 2 consecutive high doubles required. Yeah. Wow. That must be a bit of a blow. Wow, what a great match and what a great win. A fist pump from Dagfinn.
He's
Yeah, it was a great,
happy
it was a
and
great
relieved.
match.
Yeah.
I'm sure, well,
Great performance by both players.
everybody would be happy, but especially eliminating the Titan Ralph Jonas from the competition in the semi-final after being down so far was an immense performance. So he deserves all the congratulations he gets there from his girlfriend and from fellow players. What else can we say? I mean, a well-played match.
It was certainly
Well
was.
played.
It was
Fantastic
very,
match.
very entertaining. There was some really
Really.
good games, back games. And as you
Breathtaking.
said, Dagfinn, really brave
Yeah.
player. I
Mhm,
mean,
mhm.
it's fun to watch those kind of games where they get into back games.
Yes.
And, yeah, it was a really good match.
Some choices look like really risky, but he doesn't shy away from them. He has a heart
Yeah.
and a lot of guts. So I think a well-deserved winner from this tournament, and 2 big wins in a couple of weeks' time after winning the super jackpot in France a couple of
Yeah.
weeks ago.
Oh, he also won that one.
He
Yeah,
won
yeah.
that
Wow.
one.
Wow.
Yes.
But it's not a coincidence. He's a really,
He's
really
really
great
strong,
player.
yeah.
Dagfinn,
Yeah,
So,
he is
yeah.
fantastic winner.
Mm.
Are you okay? It looks like we are going to try to bring at least the winner and maybe also the runner-up
Yep.
to the studio for a couple of words. That will take some miking up and stuff to do, so we'll take a short break, but stay tuned. The players will probably join us for a couple of words. See you in a moment.
Stood in a world of fights. You were still so lovable in this light. Take on the winds tonight as our bursting garden shoots intertwine. The creature comforts when we're cold. The cocoon to curling cuddle folds. When the creatures cover up our shoulders enveloped, we almost forget to breathe. The stones laying flower beds, you arranged and rearranged them to fit. It's sensitive fingers green, like the perfect mother I've ever seen. Creature comforts when we're cold, a cocoon to curling cuddle folds. And when the crease sheets cover up our shoulders, enveloped, we almost forget to breathe.
Hey guys, look who we have here. The winner of the Gibraltar Individual Tournament 2020, Dagfinn Snarheim from Norway. Great victory, man. You must be elated.
Yeah, it's very nice to win a tournament again. I think the last one was in 2014, something like that.
Not counting the Super Jack in Paris 2 weeks
No, just main tournaments.
Okay.
Right now I'm quite exhausted. It's
You
really
must be exhausted, and we are
tough
very
matches.
grateful that you come in for just a couple of words. Great, because we have to go to dinner, eh?
Yeah.
He came back at you. You
Yeah.
took an early lead, but suddenly you saw your lead evaporate. Were you in a bit of a panic state, or were you calm?
I try to stay calm, but it's a game, part of the game that I'm not that good in when the score is very uneven.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe I made some takes that were not very good, basically letting him come back. So I have to work a bit with that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's great to get experience. Like the two last matches, I've been on both sides. But it's backgammon. I just try to stay calm and do my best.
Yeah, we certainly enjoyed your courageous and audacious style of play. You didn't shy away from complexity, and Elias even said that you like those games, like the back game that you took, which was a big pass. He says Dagfinn just likes to play those games, but it cost you 4 points. Did you at any time regret the take?
Yeah, that take I really regretted.
Regretted it, yeah.
Yeah, because that was not a good back game.
Yeah, maybe you felt a bit invincible because all the luck was coming your way.
Yeah, maybe. I was just focusing on the pip count, and I should have looked more at the position.
Yeah.
The kind of game that we played in the last game, those I really like. They are difficult and
Yes.
challenging. But I'm not sure why. It usually happens to me a couple of times, but it's not something I do on purpose. It just happens.
Yeah. Okay, well, we won't keep you much longer because you have a bus to catch for dinner and maybe freshen up a bit.
Yeah.
What are your plans for the coming weeks? Are you going to Montenegro or Cyprus?
No, I don't think so. I've been playing a lot so far this year, and I think the next one will be Nordic.
Nordic.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Thank you very much. Congratulations once again to Dagfinn for coming into the studio and sharing his thoughts with us. I would also like to thank everybody who made this production possible in the past week. The guys at the buttons, Mark, Israel, Stephen, thank you a lot. Thank you also to my co-commentators, Jürgen Orlowski, Daniel Sørensen, Mick Larsen, and Elias Kritikos. They did a great job, and I hope you have all enjoyed it at home. We'll see each other again. Keep rolling well and enjoying the game. Bye, everybody.
Bye.